Hello, everyone. Oh my god, the source mirrors worked! What an unusual event! Normally the source mirrors do not work, and I've got to restart them every time when we come across. This is amazing! Hang on a sec. No, hang on a sec. This won't pass. No. No. Put the book down. Put the book down, Bree. You're not allowed to read that one. Put it down.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Put it down, Bree. You're not allowed to know all the bits I'm doing wrong. Put it down.
Oh, but
that was a
find
quick
on
one,
page number 159. It explicitly says you can't tell the rogue to put the book down.
I believe that. I've never read the book. Welcome everyone to the Guild of Icons. We've got all of your favorite people are here. We've got Grounded up above me, played by Bisected Brioche. We've got Hannah up above Grounded, played by Keith. We've got Gargoyle over to the left and slightly up, played by Pixel, and then we've got Eao in the bottom left, played by Iris, and we have Rosad, played in the chat by Leggy. Hi, Leggy. Yeah, I haven't had enough time to update the overlay because it's been a hell of a week. But yeah, I'll get that updated so we'll have a bit more space. Who fancies some inspiration?
I think Bree does.
Yeah, it's been a while since Bree's fancied some inspiration.
All right. Well, I will let you take it away. What happened last session?
Okay, so I can actually do this quite easily because Pixel's been very helpfully transcribing everything.
They are great notes.
So with that in mind, I've completely forgotten that.
Eao tried to open the wall.
Well, that was in character, in fairness.
So, was it though? Was it? Anyway, if I recall correctly, we went back into the mirror run, went back, Grounded, gave Gargoyle a flare, but then snatched it off him anyway and used it herself to kill some shadows, which are weak to light because they're shadows, of course they are.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, then Eao tried to open a wall. Then it turned out the secret to opening the wall was touching water. So then Hannah tried to flick water.
Secret doors were the friends we made along the way.
You just have to go outside and touch water. That's all you got to do. Yeah.
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 And yep, Hannah's attempt to make Eao touch water failed because Eao refused to be splashed. But then she touched it anyway on her own terms because Eao is a strong, independent woman who doesn't need no paladin, I guess.
Sorry, it was instinct. It was
Who
pure
doesn't need no
instinct.
other strong, independent woman.
Then some. Oh yeah, there was a
Anothic.
Anothic, an aberration that reads minds, that tried to torment everyone with their worst fears, except Hannah, who was mysteriously immune to telepathy, which I'm sure won't come up again. And
It's called rolling a positive, wisdom save.
I'm having a wisdom score worse for damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Called having wisdom.
Okay, you explicitly asked if anyone was immune to charm.
Well, that's because it's a charm effect, and elves have disadvantage on it and stuff like that. No,
They have
advantage.
humans, infamously elves.
I mean, I don't track these things, alright? People have, fey-touched feats and shit like that. I don't know. It's up to the players.
Yeah.
If I say it, I don't have to remember
paladin.
it.
Yeah, it's a paladin thing.
Yeah.
I'm guess. Probably. I don't know. I don't know anything about spellcasters. You could tell me that paladins can fly. I believe you.
It's true. They
Not
can.
until 15th.
We made the world's weirdest truth serum.
You did?
Oh, yep.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Yep. Truth poison made from its eyeball. Because, eyeballs make the best poisons. Then we had to open a lock with music, which got us frozen with ice a lot. Then we stood outside and Grant did something clever, using minor illusion to just sort of work us out.
It was
Then she
a
just
very
done
smart
that.
ploy to do that. I was very impressed, yeah.
Then she offset that by getting her tongue stuck on some ice. Then moving on, we met a dragon, which is apparently Eao's sister. Eao's the dragon's sister. I don't know what dragon genders are like. The dragon is Eao's sibling.
Yeah, god sister, I think, is the technical term. But yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. I don't know why, but all the pins have disappeared on my map. There we go. There we go. I can actually read my notes. Good. Yes. So let's, well, first of all, have inspiration, because that was a fantastic recap.
Yay.
And second of all, let's continue on. So yes, you've entered this large room. It's circular, but inside of it, taking up most of the space, is this scintillating crystalline dragon. It is reflecting all of the light around it, and it's bouncing off of, off of the mirrored surfaces around it. It's beautiful, and it looks at all of you, and of course, Eao, you've introduced yourself already, and it says, well, I suppose we'd better have a bit of a chat, don't you think?
I think we should.
All of you, that is. And he sniffs the air a little bit. Yes, all 4 of you.
Grounded just sort of pokes her head around the door and waves.
Come in. Come on in. There's enough room. Just about.
Okay. Grounded cartwheels in very quickly. Because she can.
The dragon sounds like, yes, that's a door. You walk through it, then you're in the room.
Yeah.
Unless you're grounded, in which case you cartwheel through the door.
Playlist up some nice. That's a bit too fey. Let's go with there we go. It was a bit too Feywild. Well, you can if you're not in the Feywild. It was very like Tinkerbell prancing around on leaves.
Yes, you have told us that we need to be able to hear Kenku, but I currently can't hear Kenku.
That's fine. You're not meant to be hearing
That's
music.
my intention.
There will be a sound effect that you will have to hear later. That's why I was setting it up earlier. So yes, the dragon looks at you, and basically the way this is going to work is it's a form of skill challenge where instead of it being based on your rolls, it's based on your answers.
Oh no.
Succeed enough and the dragon will be okay. Piss me off enough and the dragon will not be okay. But you have been...
What's it going to do? Stab us?
Says Paladin stabbed.
Says Paladin immediately before being stabbed.
This is a bad time to describe Gargoyle's magical transformation sequence.
You'll all be fine, I'm sure. So basically, I'm randomly determining by rolling who it's going to ask things, because I don't want one person answering every question. So it's going to be a simple D4. The first question is going to Hannah. Paladin, why are you here?
I am here to find... I believe it's the wand of creation we're after, isn't it?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but why?
Because we get the wand of creation, we can fix a problem that's endangering a lot of people's lives. It's the right thing to do.
That might be why someone is here, but why are you here?
Oh, me specifically. That. And I've been asked to make sure someone is able to leave, I believe the phrasing was. Nick, it's been about 6 months since you gave me this.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Don't worry about it. You're absolutely right. Interesting. Mark down 1 success. Good answer.
No one else in the group knows that.
And next person. Aha, number 2. So this is going to be Gargoyle. I'm basically doing in high order as you're appearing in the Discord chat for me. Owl, who told you of this place?
No one really told me of this place. I just found myself here today after I was kind of brought here with them.
So you had no idea, but you just followed this group of people?
Well, they needed help. And where I'm from, when someone needs help, you don't turn that down. Now, without good reason.
What if the people who need your help are planning to destroy the world? You know what they're after, right?
Yes. They're after the Wand of Creation, which I don't really know about.
I think you can probably hazard a guess as to what it can do.
Create things?
Exactly. There's a little smile there. Anything. Do you imagine what someone might do with a creative enough mind and that wand? What they might bring into this world?
I could scrape at it. But at the same time, I could imagine what's going to happen if an expanding anti-magic field isn't solved.
He smiles. Another successful check. Very good. 2 so far. Not bad. Not bad. Right. Okay. Let's go again. Number 1. Eao. Godsister. Do you know what happens when the locks fail?
You're muted, Iris.
Oh, apologies. I was coughing.
No problem.
I assumed that the vault opens and perhaps some other failsafe?
That is only a side effect. The locks aren't here to keep something in. More so, they're here to keep everything out. Have you ever thought why you can't just enter a mirror anywhere in the world, in your home, in someone else's home?
I mean, for the longest time I assumed it's just because there's nothing on the other side of the mirror. It's just reflective metal.
That's how it may seem. Ordinarily, that's the case when the locks are working. But it doesn't have to just be a mirror, either. You can walk through any reflection if you kill the locks in this plane. Any at all. The elemental plane of water, for example. Any reflective surface. You could step into a puddle and end up somewhere else. Is that something you think is worth unleashing?
Knowing what's at the center of that anti-magic circle, knowing a lich is there causing it all, I think it is. It'll open more problems, but that's a problem that could be solved in time. This is a problem. We don't have the time to discuss the to really think about the ramifications.
Grimaces at that one. Mark down a failure. Now, by the way, when I say that, I don't want you to think that you've given the wrong answer, or a wrong answer. Just one that he doesn't like. And you can use this to learn a bit about his character. Okay, next one. It is grounded. Well, that's nice. It's been one of each. Looks over to you and goes, "You, strange one, flitting mind. Unusual. What makes you think that a city is worth the safety of this plane and all others?"
Well, Can you say the same about any? If you can't save one city, what's to stop you saving anything else? Like, if you saw one person die in front of you, wouldn't you want to help him?
Cities rise and fall all the time. There's abundant land elsewhere, you could just move away. There won't be if the planes open into each other.
Oh. How many planes would you sacrifice to save, if there was just to make sure there's one left?
Let us hope it doesn't come to that. Mark down a success. That was almost a failure, but that end bit, that was good. He liked that. That caused a smile. Yeah. Alright, next one. Iris again. Eao.
Hey,
The wand itself. What will become of it when you're finished?
hopefully, if things go right for us, it'll be locked away again, somewhere else.
You have no plan.
Oh, I do have a plan. It's just in the way of its new resting place lies a wizard who apparently is not as good as he initially let on. A man by the name of Manifrith Winifrith, the one who sent us here in the first place. Assuming we can close the anti-magic sphere and get it past him, I hope to lock it in the Emerald Forest, a place where he has no domain.
That might work. That might work. Mark down another success.
Yay!
Alright. This one's for Hannah. Oh, this is a good one for Hannah, actually. Yeah. Merifrith Winifrith, you say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust them?
Merifrith has proven to me to have knowledge beyond my ken and an experience in these matters that requires me to have some understanding of trust that in his expertise, not in much of him as a person, given the reaction everyone in this university has had towards him. That being said, given everything I have seen around Cantlore, I can't imagine they're as good a judge's character as anyone else.
But
So I've had no reason to completely distrust him.
So you're not sure?
I'm not sure I can ever be entirely trustful of anyone.
And you will wager the planes, all of them, on this uncertainty.
You do have You've mentioned the wagering of the planes. Is it twice or 3 times now? As many times as you've mentioned, and I have not been gifted with the education required to understand the ramifications of this. Shall we start from the beginning?
Have you heard of a place called Limbo, filled with a swirling mass of every element? Well, the 4.
Untrained in Arcana and religion as I am, probably not.
Have you ever heard of the elemental plane of water? Have you heard of elementals at all? Have you ever encountered one? Have you ever wondered where they might come from? He sort of rubs a claw against his forehead. He's like, let me start at the beginning then. You are on something called the material. It is everything you know. At the same time, There are other, what we call planes. Sorry, my
It's
light
really bright in the
just
room.
suddenly turned on. I just doubled in brightness when I did that hand gesture. That was really surprising. I can cast magic. Unfortunately, the battery's
Or you
just
can
gone
cast
into
light.
control on it, so all I can do is this. Sorry, planes, yes. At the same time, there are areas dedicated to singular aspects. The elemental planes of high energy, low energy, water, fire, air, earth. There's the ethereal, which is where you go when you die. There's the Feywild, which is where the fairies come from. The Shadowfell. There's all sorts, and all of them will come crashing into each other. It's easy enough to travel from one plane to another, but to travel to all of them at the same time is somewhat traumatic. And everyone will.
And your concern is that if something bad was to happen to the Wonder Creation in the Materium, that it would be the linchpin for this type of calamity?
I'm certain that it would be here, that it would start.
So, as a question to you then, if something catastrophic was to happen to the material plane, what would happen to the other planes? What if all the magical linkage to all the other planes was severed from the Materium? What horrors would that have upon the cosmos?
I'm just trying to think, because
Because-
while this dragon does have a very high intelligence, I don't think it has actually been trained enough to answer your question on this subject.
That's fine. Because this is me approaching it from the point of view of someone who also doesn't have a metaphysical understanding of it. But
No,
you know,
it's a fantastic question.
It is a entire reversal of the entire concept. If something bad happens on the material plane, it will cause catastrophic consequences. What about the reverse from the exact opposite point of view, which is what's going to happen at the moment if we don't stop the big magical ball of swallowing first Cantlore, then the continent, then the world?
That's true. He frowns at you and he says, perhaps there is a benefit to a wider worldview that a dragon such as I, who has never left Cantlore, does not understand. Mark down a success. That was close there, but that last question got him, I think. Okay.
Life goal achieved. Confuse a dragon.
Yes. All right. Two questions left. This one's going to Grounded.
Uh-oh.
Say you get the Wand of Creation and you take it to destroy this lich that you mention. Do you not understand that there is a risk that the wand will end up in the lich's hands? Are you so sure of your ability, your ability to defeat what is one of the most powerful forms of necromantic energy available?
I've been sure in my inability to do something. I've done nothing and I've had to live with it. I'd rather try and do something if I can.
You would, and I keep saying this, risk everything just so you don't have to feel guilt. What if you are not the right person for the job?
What if waiting for the right person to turn up? Well, what if the right person never turns up? Maybe the right person is just whoever steps forward.
Fair point, mark down a success. He nods at that. And the last question, I'm not rolling. This one goes to all four of you.
Uh-oh.
Say I say no, and I refuse to unlock the crystal lock for you. I refuse to doom this and all worlds. What do you do if I refuse you?
find another way.
And the rest of you?
Another one. I agree. Even if we can't get the wand of creation, even if there's somehow no other way to it, there's always another way. I suppose we could take on another longer journey, find, I don't know, a decanter of water or something. Of unlimited water or something.
Maybe not even. We're in the most cutting-edge magical research facility in the world. It might be dangerous to stay here, but if it called for it, we could figure something out.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I've just realised you've got technically the decanter of unlimited mayonnaise already. But
I mean, to be fair, that could only spawn a certain amount, I believe.
That's true. Yeah, you would be limited. You wouldn't have enough. But yeah, just.
I swear, if we destroy a lich with a decanter of unlimited mayonnaise, I will never forgive you, any of you.
And you,
Why?
Paladin?
Mayonnaise is the most evil substance.
The wand of creation is the fastest route we have to stopping the problem.
And if I'm in the way,
Then we'll have to find alternatives.
he vaguely appreciates your wisdom in not all saying that you will kill him. Mark down a success, as what he was looking for there was any sign of resolve. How many successes?
I've got 2.
Well, that's plenty. Yeah,
I think
that's
we only
loads.
had one failure.
That was really good. You had 2 failures, I think, in the end. No, that was really good. There were some really good answers there, and answers specifically the dragon was looking for as well. So he winces and he goes, okay, then I have no choice. And nothing really changes at all. And he says it's done. The second is broken. Just don't make me regret my decision. And the moment...
Look, I have one question for you.
Go on.
When we entered here, you asked if the end was finally here. Moreover, when I met our siblings over on the campus, the younger ones, one of them mentioned that I was there too early, a couple days too early. What? He also mentioned that he'd seen me again at the end. What do you mean by the end?
When every lock fails, the end of the world is not very far behind. That's why you had to be sure. Speaking, though, as you say, of my siblings, I do have one final favour to ask of you, Salius. Free my brethren. We're not meant for cages. Mother is a tyrant and a liar. It's too late for me, but you can still free the children. Do that for me, will you?
I will. Or at least I'll try.
Good. Then take this. And he reaches to his back and pulls one of the crystal shards from his back and hands it over to you. And it hovers in his hand. It will help you, I'm sure.
Is there a way to reseal a lock once it's been opened? I mean, there has to be. That's how they would have gotten all those magic items in the vaults in the first place.
Yes, it takes very powerful magic. Magic beyond even me. You would need the strongest mages in the land. They are all here, but can you really convince them to do it?
I mean, if we do it right, we probably won't have to convince them. If we time it just right, we just have to let them know. They'd rush to do it themselves.
I hope so. I hope you're right. I have a bad feeling, but I hope you're right. Anyway, take it. It is a cruel joke that one such as I should have it anyway. And he hands you the Wand of Binding. You can find that on, like, 5e tools and all that for the rules. It is pretty interesting wand. And while you're looking that up, if you have a moment where you can be silent, as you step outside, you hear this sound, which theoretically is going to work, and I'm sure it won't, but theoretically it's going to work. This sound echoing from every surface.
Good afternoon, researchers. This is Warden speaking. I have detected unusual arcane spikes concordant with lock activity. As the failure of any lock endangers all run faculty, I urge you to leave the plane as quickly as you can, after first securing your experiments, of course. While you remain in the run, Cantlore cannot be held responsible for your fate from any extraplanar intruders. I will remain and see to it that the run is pacified by any means necessary. I wish you a good day, good luck, and good research.
And I believe, Bree, you had the clock for Cantlore's suspicion. If you can fill in one chunk there.
Oh dear.
So we're not putting a mirror marble over the crystal lock sigil.
Oh, you totally can, yeah. You can totally do that.
I'm going to mark one down.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark one down that you've got one for here. This one.
I like how the sigil is in the room with the dragon.
Yeah, that's the lock. This one will glow yellow a little bit. Yeah, so that was the warden. And what are the plans?
I'm tempted to ask the dragon if it's comfortable in this room.
No, child.
Is there anything we can do to make it more comfortable, or have you leave? Doesn't seem fair. Doesn't even seem like you can leave this room.
No, I can't. It is torment and terror. But if I leave, if Mother were to find out, I can't risk harm coming to the children. I'm the oldest Crystal Dragon. I'm the first Crystal Dragon. Those upstairs are the only others. Free them and maybe I'll be able to effect an escape, but not until the children are free.
Not sure I like Cantlore very much. I'm gonna go walk outside for a bit.
Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. To be fair, I think the dragon's not a huge fan either. Okay, let me bring up the map. As I've got like 5 different windows open. Let me find it. There it is. It's that window. Okay. So, as a quick reminder, and because maybe the DM has added more maps since last time, the southern door says, and it says guard room. I previously said it said warden. That's not the case. The warden is not that way. Guard room. And it also says, and once again, for some reason, all the little tabs on my map have disappeared. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it says Experiment MB1 and Checkpoint Merlin are to the south. To the west, there is... let's see, that says Vault. And to the north, that says Vault Holding Cells. And you've seen the one to the east, you came that way, so that says Songlock, Firewall, Godlock.
So it goes down to, how do we want to push any more locks today? we can, like, 2 locks is a pretty decent amount of progress.
It is.
I mean, define decent amount of progress for this, because we're still in a magical demi-plane, I think I'm using that term correctly, of magical artifacts and rituals and research equipment, and still don't have the one that we need to make sure that everything goes smoothly when we leave.
And I'm not sure we exactly have extra mirror potions for all of us.
More potions can be obtained. I mean, they have to be. There has to be some level of production on them, given how many people have to work in here. Meanwhile, if we push ourselves too much, we risk all this being for nothing.
Just to briefly interrupt, Bree, what's Grounder's passive perception while I'm here? It's not like for an import. I'm just writing them down so I've got them here. And I realised I didn't ask you before we started. I asked everyone else.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just 11.
11. Oh, everyone's got 11 except Gargoyle.
Passive perception, unless you really go for it, is not something that...
No
Wisdom is not something anyone here is going for, is what you're saying.
Yeah. To be fair, it can go up to 14, but only if she's got her floating proficiency in perception.
Gargoyle, your bird-like ears can hear crying coming from the southern door.
There's something through there.
It's not very loud, faint, like it's pretty far away, but definitely in that direction.
I mean, isn't the whole point of a door that there's something behind it?
Something crying.
What sort of crying? Like sad crying or?
Definitely sad crying.
Growl, I'm going to eat you crying.
Definitely weeping, sort of crying. You can hear like really properly like blubbery like sobbing going on.
The first kind.
Grounded immediately starts moving towards it.
Okay.
Give me a
Grounded,
second.
really?
Gargoyle, like, just quickly pops back into the room with the dragon. Is like, I'm working on something, and if I'm able to master it, and you haven't escaped by then, I'll try to come back for you.
Don't give me hope only to disappoint me.
I'll try not to. Then he leaves again.
Okay. Right, so, Grounded, are you opening that door?
Can I just sort of first take the mirror out of my thieves toolkit and just peek around it?
Absolutely. Doesn't appear to be anything behind it.
Okay, is the door locked?
Nope. I really just wanted to know which way I'm doing the fog. Like, removing, to be quite honest. It's a perfectly safe door at the moment. So let me just reveal a bit of fog.
Okay.
That goes down to about there. So, and then corner comes around that way as well. So the crying is coming from the west.
Okay, I'm going to try and move down the corridor quietly.
Okay, roll me a stealth check, please. And I will...
Yay.
If anyone else is going quietly, we can do this as a group check. If not, the rest of you can clatter along like loud bastards.
I got a 20 on it.
I will be sneaky. How do I roll the sneaky? Let's see if I can roll the sneaky.
Well, I mean, I have a 27 because that was a nat 20.
I have a 22 because that was a nat 20.
What a great use of these nat 20s on a group check where you only need half of you to succeed. So the rest of you don't even need a roll.
This is actually going to be quite awkward, but I rolled a 3. But to be fair, that is still a 12.
You're actually covered by the exceptional stealth of Hannah, the Spec Ops paladin. Meanwhile, Eao is covering for Gargoyle.
I'd like to think Grounded just turns around and shouts, Okay, guys, be quiet.
Yes. All right, you head on down the corridor, and as you approach, you can see that it's sort of starting to open up here into an opening. And on the wall, there's a pair of crashed open double doors, and they're crashed outwards, so towards you. And on above that, there's a sign that says Experiment MB1, Designation Medea. To the east,
MB?
a staircase descends, MB, yes. Descends into a dark room that flashes occasionally with bright flashes of purple. You can hear angry shouts and much, much closer sobbing.
Okay.
And you said
Turns to the
that
rest
was to the east?
So that's to the north of you. That's in this opening. Is where
Okay.
both the crying and the angry shouting is coming from. There's nothing in this room, but the sobbing sounds really close. And I've just realised I need to move the camera. There we go. The sobbing sounds really close. The angry shouting sounds a bit further away. They're not saying anything that you can understand. It's not in a different language. It's more that it's almost like angry chanting or grunting or something like that. More absent of language than...
Do these researchers not leave like notes on blackboards in case people wandering through the mirror run and need to do like maintenance and stuff
Well,
and know about the care instructions?
None of you have
Things they leave
picked up
behind?
a single fucking audio log yet to explain the ambient background. I've done all this environmental storytelling. No, none at all.
It's time to listen to independent dictaphones that leave around.
Also, Bree, you were saying something?
Oh yeah. Granted turns to the rest of the group and says, MB, isn't that like when that kid in the that program Eao set up uses they them pronouns?
I'm investigating the room.
Eao's like, no. Okay, so you enter the room, and it's mostly like an antechamber basically. There's not much in here. There is a sign saying on the wall that says in every language, so it's in your native, like most native language. It doesn't just appear in common; it appears in whatever you grew up, whatever your mother tongue is. And it says, in case of MB-related emergency, please use the medical facilities provided in the room.
Do I see any medical facilities provided in this room?
No. Possibly they mean another room.
There was a door.
There is. This opens up this way, and a staircase descends into a dark room that again continues to flash up with little lights of purple. And sat down in the corner of this room is a young man in researcher's robes, and he's holding his knees up close to his chest, and there are tears streaming from his eyes, and he's rocking backwards and forwards, and he's just crying and crying and crying. Extremely loud, heavy sobs.
Do I see anything else? Do I see anything else in this room?
Nothing else in the room, no.
If I look up, do I see anything on the ceiling?
Nothing on the ceiling. Good instinct, though.
Okay, I'm going to approach him and ask, hey, is everything okay?
Bullies!
The stairs are a mimic.
Bullies! Mean to me. Bad. Don't like it. Bad people.
Okay.
Hey, look at me.
Looks straight up at you, like really red eyes from having been crying for a little while now.
What happened?
Bad circle, bad people. Hurt me. Bad words. Hurt.
Can I tell if he's been I'm assuming grounded, sort of just come down to the bottom of the stairs and is looking from a few steps away? Can I sort of tell if he's been affected by magic in any way?
Do you have the spell Detect Magic?
No, I do not.
Okay. I will say, ordinarily I'd offer an Arcana check, but I'd have to know why you'd know the spell that you suspect it to be. You'd have to let me know what spell you suspect it is first and why you might know it. We're getting to sort of the higher end of the the handbook now, is what I mean.
Right. So basically, my floating proficiency is still in Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the NP, the ghost that controls Arcana, which I think is a druid, who always stays in cat form for whatever reason, is sort of hissing at him, indicating something's probably a bit up.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. I will say, I will just double check this. No, actually, druids can cast the spell. Okay, yep, you can definitely roll me Arcana. It's going to be hard. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a hard check to identify this.
Okay, so can I give assistance under the idea that Eao is particularly familiar with magic that affects the mind, magic that charms people because of her past and her connection with the Fae?
Is it magic that affects the mind or magic that affects the body?
Well,
I'll allow it. This isn't strictly a charm, but I'll allow it because it's close enough in my mind.
Okay.
You get advantage.
Go.
It's a very hard check. I hope it's a good roll.
Okay. That is an 18.
No, I'm afraid not. DC for that one was 25, I'm afraid. It really had to be a good roll.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't pass that.
Oh, I thought you had plus 7 or something on.
No, I'm the one with plus 8 on it.
Yeah.
I've got
my intelligence
plus 7
bonus
in Arcana.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this is not on your spell list either. So you wouldn't be able to identify this one.
Like, my suspicion as a player is like some kind of like youth spell or like aging spell. Like,
it's a great suspicion. I love it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brooch I have that I got from Manifrith, and I'm going to start waving it back and forth, and I'm going to use my trick, minor hypnosis.
Okay.
As an action, I can choose one target within 10 feet of me. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. If the target fails, I roll the die, and the target is charmed by me a number of minutes equal to the roll.
Interesting. Its wisdom is not affected by this. Okay. Wisdom save, you say? That is a 17.
No, that passes.
It babbles.
And that's one of my tricks.
He babbles a little. No, shiny light.
Is there anything around, sort of nearby the crying person, or can I just sort of subtly check his pockets?
There's a door.
There's a few crayons on the ground, and he's done a few drawings. They're not great.
Everyone's a critic.
Everyone's a critic. They're not great, but yeah.
Can I tell anything from the drawings?
They're very childish. So
also, pencils don't exist in Aetos, but they've got Crayola.
So there is.
Look.
There is.
Wax is easier than graphite to use.
There is a passage to the north, and that passage, by the way, what you're seeing going across it, that's actually just another corridor. I only have one map on here. I didn't want to do 2 layers because the number of times they cross over. That's just the other corridor coming out of the crystal lock that you're seeing over the top there. But you're going underneath, and then it opens up into a room on the other side, which is again dark, flashing with purple light occasionally, and you can hear the sort of angry grunting and chanting coming from it.
I have one more theory that I want to try, because I have one more thing I want to try. Gargoyle, can I see the temporal crystal?
Gargoyle hands it to Eao.
I'm going to look through it to see if I can notice anything happening at a different random point.
Okay. You look through it and you look around. And you see that researcher in the corner there walk through with a clipboard.
And that's it?
No signs of tears. Seems perfectly researchery and not the kind to cry in the corner.
I'm going to do the unthinkable and ask them a question.
Go for it.
How?
What's your name?
Don't know.
Do you know what age you are?
No.
How long have you been here?
Ten.
Ten years?
Minutes? Hours? Days? Hours?
No. Minutes.
Minutes. Okay.
Immediately, do I see any of the aforementioned medical supplies?
Not in this room either, no.
I want to begin sneaking into this upper room up here.
Okay. I will need a fresh stealth check, please.
Okay, my nat 20 is not going to carry over through this, I see.
That was ages ago. You technically meant to do it for like every new maneuver, but...
That is a... What is my sneak skill or my stealth skill? That is a 19.
19's good. Yep, you sneak up to the corner. And you peek in, and what you see... I will illuminate it. What you see is a group of 6 more researchers, but they've ripped their lab coats and they've sort of like tied ribbons around their arms and around their heads, and they're all banging their chests with their fists and going, orb, 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 and this orb in the center is rotating and it's sending off this pink light, or purple light, sorry, which is what you've seen flashing.
Oh no, we're in Nick's Discord server.
Orb, 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 orb. And now, I'm going to need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
That's not good.
Oh no, a rogue making an intelligence saving throw. How hard?
If we had good intelligence saving throws, we wouldn't be on these adventures in the first place.
I was going to suggest we don't go forward.
I do want to bring up that I do have a +5 on my intelligence saving throw, and that's a 24.
You're fine. Okay, so you feel when that purple light hits you, when it hits your eyes, you feel for a minute there this sapping sensation as if your intellect is being devoured in a way, but not by an intellect devourer. You'd notice that. But only for a second. You snap out of it immediately, and there's no long-term effects. But that thing Rather looks like it's spinning once every 6 seconds.
How oddly specific.
How oddly specific and matching exactly how many turns are in an initiative tracker. So
Once around, yes.
once around, it's rotating around again. So if you're, I presume you're looking away immediately.
For the most part.
Because if you are
Yes, I'm
looking around again, I will, we'll just start initiative, and every turn you're gonna have to make that same saving throw. But that's fine.
Yes, I am looking away. Give me a moment. I am looking at my options here.
That's no problem at all.
I'm assuming us three, like behind here, can see just a sheen of purple light just hitting the back walls like every 6 seconds or so.
Why are you tempting a check?
I'm not attempting to check. I'm just seeing if I can see the medical supplies
You
in
can
that
indeed
room.
see the purple light hitting the mirror. Mirrored reflections.
Oh, it's a mirror.
Actually, no. Over here, it probably isn't as mirrory as... Some parts of it
Okay.
are made of mirror metal, which is refined, and some parts are made of mirror marble, which is a bit rougher.
What color did you say the light was?
Purple.
I'm just wondering if we can see medical supplies from here.
You can't see the medical supplies from here, and you can indeed look at the back of the walls and the reflection without getting hit. We're running on like Basilisk with a mirror rules on this. You have to look directly into it to get the effects.
Can I enter the room but keep my back to the orb and just look with the mirror in my thieves kit?
You can totally do that, yeah.
Okay. And can I just try and sneak across without being seen to see if I can see the medical supplies anywhere?
Sure, I will need a stealth check again, but you can totally do that. Yeah.
Can I turn invisible?
Oh, you can use invisibility if you want, yeah.
I just finished a short rest. There isn't much of a need for medical supplies.
I'm hoping the medical supplies are some sort of re-intelligentizer
Cure for this guy.
potion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and possibly these guys.
presumably,
And to be fair, the
presumably the
guild
medical
could do with it.
supplies. Yeah. Also, the medical supplies would likely be tuned towards whatever the experiment is.
That would be smart, yeah.
You know, oh,
But
plus
these
3
are
potions.
wizards, so we don't know if they're actually smart or
It's
not.
just a potion of healing.
Okay, that is for my stealth check. I'm actually a bit nervous about this one.
You should be.
25.
You're good. You didn't have to be nervous.
Oh wait, I get. Yeah. Wait, I'm invisible. I get advantage.
You do.
Start again.
25's enough. Critting on it isn't going to change anything. Yeah, you can move on in if you want using the
26.
hand mirror. So while you're using the hand mirror, I will say your perception will likely be at disadvantage because using a hand mirror to look around is quite difficult. But you can roll me a perception check to see if you can find it.
I'm going to hold an action.
Mm-hmm.
I have in my inventory a feather that turns into a spiritual weapon whip. If things
the feather
start
tokens. Yeah.
if things start going wrong, I'm going to use that and have the whip start attacking the eye.
Okay. The kinkiest item in all
that-
of D&D, the feather that turns into a whip when you need it. Yeah.
So it's just permanently in the shape of a whip then.
I mean, I guess.
Very useful if you become a lawyer.
Oh god. So what was that? What was that perception?
Yeah. Even with the disadvantage, that's actually a 16.
16's plenty. Okay, excellent. You see a small chest recessed into the corner over there. The reason you didn't see it initially is it's actually a panel. It's not technically open, but it's covered in crayons.
Huh.
It's just been covered in crayon drawings.
Okay, can I climb up to the ceiling
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of try and just sort of hang down and cat burglar it?
Okay. Yeah, you can totally try and do that, yeah.
Any excuse to be on the ceiling.
Wouldn't. Yeah. Oh, what's a feeling? Besides, there's mirrors on the ceiling.
You are, however, invisible, and therefore we can't see you being epic like this.
Would you like to
Grounded is
look?
extra for herself.
If you want to
I'd
look,
like
you
to look
can.
at the chest.
Okay.
Yep, I'd like to try and open the panel and see what's
I
there.
was trying to get Hannah to look into the room, but yeah, okay.
All right, sorry. No, don't make me stop you.
No. +7 on my wisdom saves. I'm not looking in the room.
The gargoyle thought it was a bad idea from the get-go.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so yeah, you can reach in and grab it.
Me and Gargoyle just
Okay.
trading notes about how bad Cantlore is. So.
What you find is a small red box. It has a white cross on it, therefore not breaking the Geneva Convention, and instead merely pissing off Switzerland, I think, if I recall. But anyway, and inside of it is a small glass jar, and it has a label on it that says "Eat Me," and it has a picture of someone eating, like a little cartoon drawing of it. Inside is a single small white pill.
Eat the bottle.
Is the cartoon drawing good or is it bad?
It's a bit like it wasn't made by these people because it's been coloured. The colouring in is done inside the lines, but it's a bit corporate. It's not great art,
Okay.
No.
Instructions
Okay.
unclear. Bottle was consumed.
Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to where Eao is, and can I just sort of move a safe distance away so I'm not at risk of being seen? Probably at this point. I don't know if using my alchemy tools will break invisibility, but I'd assume so.
No,
But
invisibility
can
is
I
broken on a very specific set of conditions, and I think unless you're using it as an attack or something like that, like if you're splashing acid or
Okay.
something like that, you're good to use things like alchemy tools.
Okay, can I use my alchemy tool proficiency to maybe identify what it is and see if I can produce more? Or have more on me?
Yeah, it's going to be tricky because you're not 100% sure even what it does, but yeah, you can give it a go.
You can do this, like, in the other room.
Yeah, that's what I said. I've moved over to where Eao is.
That's not a different room, so that
Okay.
thing you're seeing in the middle, that is another corridor. That's like in a different...
Okay.
It's a different Z plane, basically.
Okay, I'm going to do it in here.
The difference, if you must know,
minus-
is that the white ground, that is one floor up, and the slightly darker
Okay.
ground is one floor below.
Was
Alright,
the
so
map
that's
too
just-
small
yeah.
for you, Nick? Here.
So I added 2 whole floors. Yeah. No, this is actually all the way through the map. There are 2 whole floors to the whole fucking map. This is why it took so long, and why I was so annoyed when you went down to this bloody corner.
And we still are in this bloody corner.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what do you want me to roll for that?
I'm going to need intelligence with your alchemy tool proficiency, please.
Okay, good thing I've got expertise in alchemy tools.
Indeed. There's a couple of really nice alchemical rewards actually in this area. Just saying.
While this roll is happening, I do want to bring up I've used minor hypnosis 6 times in this campaign and not once has it succeeded.
That's unfortunate. The funny thing is while these aren't particularly, talkative people, their whisk score is actually just purely exactly what it would be if they were if they were, unaffected by whatever's affecting them.
Okay.
Does
that's
Eao
good.
give back the temporal crystal to Gargoyle?
Yes, sorry.
I will put that in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
And that's a 24 I rolled.
24. Yeah, you can make 1 more. You've worked it out. You reckon you can make more if you get some more materials specifically for them? You had just enough to make 1 more. You've used 100 GP worth of alchemy supplies. You could use less to make more of them if you need to in the future, if you can get some very specific alchemy supplies, you reckon? For example, if you can get the... I almost said tail feathers. They're not feathers. The fur from the tail of a sphinx, then it'll probably not cost you anything at all. Just use that. But yeah, you get one extra.
That's worth more than 24.
We just need to get Sphinx tail hair. That shouldn't be hard.
We just need to figure out OP potion uses elf feathers.
Funny you should say that, but there is also. I mean, you think that you can do that with a bit of tail fur, like with an entire sphinx's worth of tail fur, you can make quite a few of these. You only probably need like 1 or 2 strands of hair.
Okay, I'm trying to remember where I left my...
Well, don't worry about it too much now. If you get like a bit of scrap paper and just put minus 100 GP alchemy supplies, we'll tally it up. I know you've got more than 100, so you've certainly got enough.
So the college probably knows how to make them. Or they can reverse engineer it.
They probably do, yeah. You could probably ask a lecturer. Yeah.
Yeah, like just give it to this one guy and then he can go and tell them and then...
Yeah. Just walk up as a known criminal and go, hey, I need your help making drugs.
But does the guy in the Orb project know that?
The guy in the Orb project doesn't seem to know much at the moment.
Well, at least now I've got a spare dose just in case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to give the dose I just made to the researcher guy.
Okay. It's a little difficult. Actually, you know what? Roll me animal handling. You ever tried to make like a dog eat a pill?
Okay,
dogs actually have a higher intelligence
cheese?
score than he has right now.
Does anyone have a slice of cheese?
I'd give it to him. Like, no, it's not on the red plate. It's not on the red plate.
Hey, welcome back, Bree.
Welcome back. Yeah, animal handling, please.
Can I just put it in a ration and offer him a snack?
That would work. Yeah, that works fine. So mark off one set of rations. He takes the ration and goes, sweeties, and starts eating it. And the moment he swallows the pill, his eyes change. Like before, he was sort of doing a very, very glassy-eyed sort of middle distance stare. Now he's looking right at you all. He's like, Who are you? What happened?
Gargoyle is going to walk by the corridor with the purple light and just like cover his wing over it, just so that like not even the light is showing.
He looks at you raising the wing, looks past, looks at the sort of ambient flashing light that's happening behind it, and goes,
You fancy explaining what's going on here?
Yeah, there's like 5-6 other people in there. They're doing some weird...
Oh god.
Yeah.
You've got to go. You've got to shut it off. It's the... It's experiment MB1. We call it the Mindbreaker.
Does the MB stand for massive ball? Oh, Mindbreaker. Okay.
It's
Mother brain.
One of those two.
It absorbs. It absorbs intelligence. You've got to shut it off. I don't remember why it started up. It shouldn't have started up.
First of all, how do we shut it off? Second of all, why do you have this?
They've got guards earlier on that absorb intelligence as well. This seems like a constant parade of things that are designed to drain the thing that people are here to work on. Yes?
Or to steal things for. But a reasonable insight there. But he says, get to the orb, and then place your hands on it, and you will have to channel arcane energy into it. He looks at you, Hannah, and goes, well, any magic, really, no matter the source.
Good save there.
I did.
Wait.
I'm not saying
any magic. Any magic, you said?
Any magic, as long as it's magic. Basically, as long as you're a spellcaster, you can make an Arcana check to try and break it. Keeps laughing because he dropped this exact thing on me on Monday, but doing something else.
What I made it do was I made it dominate one member of the party each turn.
I have an interesting question. If I have innate spellcasting of any kind, will that work?
That will make you count as a spellcaster. Grounded, you will also count as a spellcaster as you have spells from being a tiefling. And yeah, that does count as a spellcaster. I actually looked it up because I was curious. Things that need like attunement by a spellcaster and stuff like that, yeah, you count in those cases. Yeah, you'll be able to make an Arcana check to try and break it.
It is 20 feet away, so what I want to do is I want to wait for the light to pass, and then I'm going to dash for it.
You're going to dash for it? Okay. So we will do this with initiative, because, holy hell, this is going to be difficult to track otherwise. So let me just get the old... Yeah, there we go.
Question, by the way, am I still invisible?
You are. You are until you cast a spell or make an attack.
Guess what my initiative was? It's
Bad?
the amount of thumbs I'm holding up.
Oh no. Okay, well, now I actually am going to be tracking initiative slightly differently, which is nice. So, once you've rolled all of those, I will add some...
3 total for me.
15.
21.
Oh, no, wait.
19.
Extra you
19's
17.
I keep hitting the wrong button to add things to the initiative tracker I'm using now, because it's the
I
first
keep
time I've
forgetting
used
to
it.
add
It rolls
modifiers
automatically.
and things.
Lovely. Okay, and I need to set their health properly as well. Good. They don't quite have as low health as a commoner stat block. They just have most of the other stats of a commoner. Alright, we will start with the top of my screen. Eao, what was your initiative?
19.
19, very nice. And Hannah? Ouch. Grounded?
21.
21. And Gargoyle?
17.
17. Good initiative from most of you. Grounded, you will be up first, and you are, of course, invisible. So, you know, they don't see you, and if you act and they suddenly discover you're there, then you know, it'll be a surprise round for them.
Okay. Obviously, Eao has a slightly better Arcana score, so I suspect she has a better chance of passing the check, but... So I think what I'll do is... I'll climb up, move along the ceiling, and then I'm just going to try and drop down on top of the orb.
Okay.
And yeah, try and disable it that way. And
All
I'm
right.
going to try and land on the opposite side to it, so they're just so they'll sort of move in a way that gives Eao a clean run if I fail.
Okay, that sounds great. All right. So first of all, are you doing this with your eyes closed?
I'm going to say I'm going to do it with the mirror walking backwards.
Okay, making it extra hard for yourself. Okay, yep, sure. Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh no, not an acrobatics check.
I know.
Nothing but that.
This is where we get the natural one, and you fall straight off the ceiling.
I was gonna say, what should be a 1?
Even with a natural one, I think you'd be fine. Actually, now I think about it, I've forgotten how high your modifier is.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. No, I'm just kidding.
20?
I rolled a 12, so that's a 21.
21. Okay, you're fine. You're over there. That dancer's girdle is doing really good work. And you put your hands on the orb, and you can feel this raw magical energy in it. Roll me an Arcana check.
Yay. Cat in my head, don't fail me now.
You know, like Nia.
That's how you know Grant is trans. She has a cat girl in her head. That's a 14.
14. Ooh, is 14 enough? No, it's not, I'm afraid. The DC's 15. You were just off. Oh, it was close. But no luck, I'm afraid. Okay, after that, it is Apprentice 2 and 3's go. And they're doing shit all. They're just going orb, because they have no idea you're in the room. The orbs go. The orbs spinning around, but no one's getting hit. More apprentices going orb. And Eao, over to you.
I obviously don't know Grounded's doing this. I'm sticking with my original plan. I'm going to wait for the moment that the light passes during its rotation.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to make a sprint for it.
Okay, give me a raw dexterity check for just like how quick you're able to go, like out the gate. You could do athletics if you want. I don't know which is highest for you. I know they're pretty close, aren't they? No, it's Grounded where they're pretty close. Yeah,
that is
raw dexterity.
Raw dex. That is an 18 plus 2, 20.
Yeah, you can get over there before it flashes around again. Very nice. Dive on in. Okay. As you come in, the rest of them do see you and go, protect the orb! Protect orb! Save orb! Save orb! But of course, they are all surprised.
I'm already there.
You're already there, yeah.
Question, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
As Eao just sort of approaches the orb, can I whisper a few things I noticed trying to make the check to help her out?
No, you would have to take the help action to do that.
Damn.
Yeah, we're back into initiative land where helping is a full action. As are checks.
We're just in an ultra race ad.
Okay, that is a 12 plus 8, so another unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20, alright, mark down one successful check.
Awesome.
One of them.
It's one of those, huh?
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, yes. But the energy inside of it appears to be subsiding, so you feel like if you got hit by the blast of light from it, it's not going to be as hard to resist as before. And trust me, it was fucking hard to resist before. That was like, Jesus. Okay, then it's Gargoyle, you're up next.
Okay, let's see. Well, I'll just be able to make it there with movement. I think Gargoyle is going to, like, go in with a wing, kind of, in front of his face.
Okay.
However, that's gonna fuck me up.
Sure, you can totally do that. You can cover your eyes. That's perfectly valid. You can do that.
Okay, and then he's just going to, like, thrust his hand onto the orb.
Okay, the one that's covering your eyes, or
His hand. His wing is in front of his eyes.
is your wing not attached to your hand? How is this working? Where are the hands
Oh.
on the owlin?
Wings are behind, hands are
Oh,
where
okay,
hands
because like
are
on the
freaking-
Aarakocra, the hands are on the end of the wings.
Are they?
They're wyvern birds?
Yes.
I think Aarakocra, like, the wings come out backwards.
Yeah.
Or at the back, like, without one.
I thought they were attached. Oh, weird.
It's
I'm
why Grounded has a tank top.
I'm looking up art. Oh yeah, no, totally. Yeah. All right, no, never mind then. That's all fine. Don't know where I had that idea from. Okay. Right. Roll me an Arcana check.
You have that from 3rd edition and before.
That's amazing considering I never played it. I must have just seen art from it once.
That's
Yeah,
26.
26.
Them having
Two
them
checks.
having it on their back is very much a new thing. That's a 5th edition onwards thing.
Okay, the next apprentice starts going, no, protect orb, but is still surprised. Hannah, over to you.
All I'm hearing from the other room is protect the orb, no, protect orb, no. So I just put my shield up. Let's go for a walk. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to hold my shield up so that I can kind of see what everyone else is up to. That isn't like party. I assume the party's got this in the bag, but I should be able to see.
Shoulder me out of the way a bit.
Right,
Okay.
Sorry, Gargoyle. And like see 6, 5, and 4 quite easily, I think.
Yep. Yeah, I think you're still able to see 6, 5, and 4. You can probably see number 3 as well without seeing the orb if you want.
Yes, please.
Looking at the line across there.
And I'll just have to work out how to fight effectively with my shields permanently on my right side.
I'm counting it as the rules for averting your gaze. Any fighting done is at disadvantage.
Fair.
It's the same as if you're fighting a Medusa or anything like that.
I mean, it's an Arcana check first, the save, so, Gargoyle will be fine.
Importantly, because I believe I picked up my magic item last session.
Yes, you did, and I completely forgot again. Amazing. Yeah, you've got your your special armor.
Yeah, I got myself armor from a chest in the previous room. And yes, I now have a +3 to my AC because I moved 30 foot.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
do try and hit armor
that's
class
pretty
21. Yes, do try and hit armor class 21.
Yeah, they might not succeed. Apprentice 4 is still going, protect orb, because they're still surprised. And then we go to someone else's turn. And you hear this come through the walls.
This is Warden speaking. High energy arcana has been detected in your area, so I have engaged suppression protocol. Please try not to move. Somebody will be with you shortly.
And from the ceiling spews down this white foam that sticks all on the ground and sort of it cements, not quite like concrete. It's not holding you in place, but it's extremely tough to move through. It's like really deep snow. Grounded, actually, can I have a dexterity save to not fall off the ceiling that has just coated you in what is basically flame retardant foam?
Ground is accidentally directly above base.
Because
Ground is directly below a sprinkler and
Just
down to the floor.
yeah.
because the peak technology in anti-arcana substance is flame retardant foam, of course.
I will say,
Like, if a wizard breaks into your house, get a fire extinguisher.
this is step 1 of 6 in the
Oh no.
Okay.
plan.
It's step
that's
6 shoving a
a,
razor into a clock tower.
And it worked, didn't it?
That's a 14.
A 14. That's not enough. You fall to the ground. You are grounded, and so while you're in here, this is difficult terrain. Are you able to still avert your gaze? I think with a 14, you were close enough to the DC that you're still able to avert your gaze.
Well, isn't the orb gonna get covered in retardant? And
There's a bit of
that's
it on
gonna-
it, yeah, but no, it's still shining through like it's magic.
Do I take falling damage or?
Wizards.
You'll take 1d6 of falling damage. Yeah, let me roll that for you. Oh wow, 6 points. That's not great.
Wow. More importantly, am I still invisible?
You are still invisible. Yeah, that's only if you attack or use a spell. You're good otherwise.
But you are also covered in some of the stuff, so it's...
Actually, make me another stealth
looked
check,
kind of-
will you? Because you have just landed,
Yeah.
and it's mainly to stop you going oof.
25.
You're fine. You're staunch and stoic. You land silently
Oh, wait.
on your head.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot advantage.
You don't need to re-roll it. Their passive
I have a
perception is
question.
not
Good thing I
that
had
high.
advantage.
I have a question.
Good thing I had advantage.
Yeah.
I know grounded is invisible. Is the foam landing on grounded invisible?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like... She's now covered in...
You have. Oh, that
For a
is a
25.
good point. Yeah, you are visible now, I'm afraid. Yeah. I mean, you're invisible under it, but you are totally visible now. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're basically you're covered in foam.
I mean, I'd heard about this kind of scenario in the old play of The Incredibles.
Eao Gargoyle, you can have inspiration for being teacher's pet.
God, I miss
Okay,
those
I've got a plan.
phone parties.
Yeah, I miss foam parties.
Worth
too.
it.
Yeah, so that's the end of initiative. We go to the top where Grounded, it's you.
Okay, I've got a plan here.
And what time does the orb act?
The orb actually acts at initiative 20, but Grounded got initiative 21. So
Okay.
Okay. So since I've literally just appeared covered in foam, right next to the orb, I turn to the interns and shout, "It is I, the avatar of the orb! Stand down!"
I must once again remind you their wisdom is not affected.
Oh.
Roll me an
It's worth a
intimidation
try.
check, please. With disadvantage, because you're covered in foam.
As for to help the other. Oh! Descends to us, Ron.
Covered in the orb foam.
This is not Guild of Icons evil level bullshit that I'm allowing here in this game. I just...
I'm going to play the my character in Guild of Icons Evil, aren't I?
Oh, you can do it if you
One with
want.
one with our compulsive lying.
What was the number, sorry?
Yeah, sadly, it's free.
A free. Yeah, that's not doing it. They're just going protect orb, protect orb, protect orb, protect orb. And in
Yeah,
fact,
This is
Just,
Warden speaking.
oops, I hit
My
a
energy-
button. Ignore that. Ignore that. That's not happening yet. Okay. It is. Yeah, it's two of the apprentices. Oh no, it's your go still. Sorry.
Yep.
Although
Okay,
technically
so did
making
that
an
use up
intimidation
an-
check is an action. But no, you can still use your action.
Okay, since that failed, and since I'm now visible, so my plan to just walk around and try and distract them that way is gonna fail. I'm just gonna put my hands on the orb again.
Okay. Arcana check, please.
14.
Oh, so close. Oh, that is
If only you had
unfortunate.
inspiration.
If only. It's the apprentices go.
It's the orbs go, isn't it?
Well, it's the apprentices and the orbs. Two of them rolled 20s. So the apprentices are going first. And it is... which is it? It's 2 and 3. So 2 is going to...
Question: does the foam improve my armor class at all?
No. Although you can have
Oh.
resistance to fire if you didn't already have it, which unfortunately you do. But number 2 is going to grab you. It's going to be athletics versus your athletics or acrobatics. As you're getting grappled.
Trying to grapple a rogue.
Trying to grapple an athletics base rogue as well.
That's a 10.
That was
I rolled
an
a
8,
1.
so that was bad. I rolled a 4. Okay, that's 2's go. Number 3 is going to come over... I think they're going to protect the orb. They're going to go for the ones closest, so it's coming in and trying to grab you as well. Okay, that's a little better. You've got to beat a 17, please, with your athletics or acrobatics.
Oh boy.
I'm guessing the plan is just hold her until the orb does its work.
Grapple, pull them away, protect the orb.
Right. Yeah, that's a 13.
Okay, you are grappled, and they are going to move you away. That's amusingly that far, because the ground is difficult terrain, and they're dragging you. So that's it. That's as far as they can go. Okay. Then it is the orb. Now, no one is looking, so none of you have to make the checks. Then it is Apprentice 1, who's going to come in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and this one's just feeling angry and is going to hit you. This is against you, Eao. It misses. It got a 6. Okay.
Which one was angry doing that?
That was number 1. Number 1 rolled on into the side of Eao and fucked it up. Then it's number 5 who's coming in.
Wait. Before you do that,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to dazzle that one. Sand in its eye. Well, no, in this case, it'd be foam in its eye.
Pocket foam. Go for it.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw, please.
All right. 14.
That is... Give me a moment.
Let's pull out a small red klaxon that shoots foam.
Just makes it. Damn it.
Okay, so yeah, then it's number 5 who's coming into Hannah and is going to try and grapple you. Protect the orb. Doesn't. That's a 7. Well, actually, no. You got to beat 7 for an athletics or acrobatics check. You've probably got like +7 to be honest.
Oh no! Wait, no, that's a success. I forgot to roll the actual die part of it.
Oh, okay. So that one's stunned, right?
It is blinded and its movement speed is reduced to 0.
And when does that end?
End of its next turn.
Okay, cool.
12 on my acrobatics.
12 on your acrobatics, that does beat it, so you are fine. The hands are just trying to grab you, but they got nothing. They got nothing. Right, Eao, over to you.
Yeah, cool. I'm doing the thing.
All right, roll me Arcana, please.
$15.
15's exactly what you need. You disable the Brainbreaker orb.
Fun fact, I rolled a 7, and that goes up to 15.
Yep, you disable the Brainbreaker orb. The flashing light stops. The researchers are not happy with you still, though. They're still like, protect the orb, restart the orb, restart the orb, protect the orb, restart the orb. Any movement?
Where is your orb now?
How big is the orb?
About the size of your head. Like, maybe a little larger, actually. Probably bowling ball sized.
Would doing this check be my action or my object interaction?
That check is your action.
So that means as my object interaction, I can pick it up, yes?
Totally.
I pick up the orb, I put it in my hat, and I begin booking it.
Yep, the size should fit, I think. Okay. Absolutely.
If you could pull your hat down over your head, then you can put the orb inside the hat.
Not the hat that she wears.
Remember, this is
I know it's the hat of holding, but
I was just double checking, but I think
the size would fit, yeah.
Yeah, that works. That's a nice plan. Okay. If you're booking it, you will take some attacks of opportunity if you are moving.
Mm-hmm. But I do want to bring up that my dash, which I can do as a bonus action, which I am doing, is unaffected by difficult terrain.
It is, because you've got the mobile feat. It's almost
bonus action dash.
Almost as if rogues are ridiculous when you build them right. Yeah, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks, right, of opportunity.
It could only be 3.
Number 1, number 2, number 6, and number 5? Oh no, number 5 is not right next to you. Sorry, that's my bad. Number 5's not doing it, so it's going to be 3 attacks.
Yep, and I believe number 6 is...
Nope.
So that'll be at a disadvantage?
Yeah, well, they have not hit anyway. I'm just checking. Your AC is higher than 12, right?
Yes.
Yeah, none of them have hit, so there's no point rolling the disadvantage. Nothing above a 10. It's like I'm playing in your fucking game, Keith. No, they all miss. You're able to book it out.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I enter here, I turn to the researcher. Don't suppose you have any more of that medicine on you?
No. One dose only. Did you do it?
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. I did. The 6 of them are very angry at me now, so
Right. Well, it'll come back if you... Do you know Greater Restoration?
no.
That's not good. Okay. Could do
Yeah,
with anyone who knew that, really.
Yeah, they should be not too far behind me, so regular movement 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm out of the room.
Do you want to know something ironic out of character? The only person in the Guild of Icons who could cast Greater Restoration as a 7th level was at the blinding. Blasting, not blinding. He's so magnificent. But no, yeah, the only person who could.
He needs to cast Greater Restoration so often because he just blinds people.
You need a
question.
Full caster. Yeah. Yeah?
So the pill I replicated once does that basically cast Greater Restoration, or is it only this effect it gets rid of?
It does.
Oh.
Write that down.
There are a couple of other spells that will fix what comes from the Brainbreaker Orb, which, by the way, is casting Feeble Mind at everyone in the room every time, which is an 8th level spell.
Keep in mind,
Cantlore seems to require Greater Restoration to undo the effects of. You'd think they'd have a lot more trained first aiders around here, but
You
no,
would.
apparently not.
They keep
Keep
getting
in mind-
unfortunately.
I
They're
don't
wizards,
think that
they're not
pill is.
intelligent.
I don't think that pill is gonna cure. What is it? Petrification.
Funny you should say that, but I'm pretty sure Greater Restoration would indeed cure petrification, yes.
It's gonna be hard getting the pill down.
Oh, well, that's true. That's the difficulty. Like, no.
Like you really need to hope that they got petrified and
So wait, this is technically the second time Ground has basically used alchemy to cast Greater Restoration like an artificer.
Yeah, although artificers can't. Oh no, they can at 18th level. Eventually.
Well, yeah, that's my turn though. So
Good turn. Yeah, you've booked it off. You're down there.
the rest is it's all up to y'all.
Gargoyle.
Try not to kill anybody.
Kill
You're
some.
not leaving a good first impression on Gargoyle.
Time to kill some people who have not really done anything wrong yet. All they've done is grab people and miss with punches. Time to murder them.
No. Non-lethal damage, I beg you. I don't want more suspicion on us.
It's time for lethal damage.
I hate how you're saying that in the bully voice.
Bully would totally say, it's time for lethal damage.
This would imply Bully knows how the mechanics of the universe work.
I think probably he does.
Okay, but yeah, that's my turn.
One thing I will say to you, Pixel, just as something you should probably know about how lethal damage and non-lethal damage works, because it does surprise people the first time they find out, it can only be weapon damage, melee, it cannot be elemental damage. I say this specifically because you are wearing thunder gauntlets. You can't shockwave someone to pacification, I'm afraid.
It can, however, be declared after you know the attack would kill them.
Yes, indeed. You can declare it afterwards, but you have to use, just piercing, slashing. Somehow piercing and slashing are fine, but piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage.
Are these people frail?
No.
Oh,
One
okay
time
then.
now.
Feeble-minded, not feeble-bodied.
Alright, then I guess I'm going to risk attacks of opportunity. No, I can't, because Hannah's in the way.
I've just double-checked the ruling. Actually, you're all good. It has to be a melee attack. And yours are a melee attack that just do extra damage. So ridiculously, you can shockwave them to to pacification instead of to death.
You can stab them to death, but you can't shoot them with or you can pacify them by stabbing them not by shooting them with a bow.
Indeed.
I'm gonna try to move away to here.
Okay.
Also, orb is... Should we delete the orb?
Oh yeah. Yeah, let me do
that. No attack of opportunity on that?
What, on the orb being deleted?
No, on me, like, backing away.
No, they've used their reaction on Eao.
Okay. 10, 15, 20. And then on 1 and 2, hopefully, if I'm reading the spell right, I'm going to use Thunderwave.
There goes that non-lethal plan. Okay, cool. Thunderwave.
You said that they were able-bodied.
Gargoyle the blasting. Here we go. Okay. Are you aiming it at your own feet?
I'm aiming it towards 1 and 2.
Well, this is an unusual way. I don't know if I'll allow this on the spell. No, okay. Yeah, sure. So, Thunderwave. When you cast Thunderwave, what does it look like? Because obviously, Artificer spells don't look exactly the same as, say, Bard spells.
So the gauntlets that Gargoyle uses to use like the general Thunder Gauntlets move, they click back the way they usually would, and then like they click back 2 notches lower, and both of them do it. And he pulls back his arms, and in front of him, just like, and then as they reach the peak of the momentum, they just like snap.
I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Okay, so the rules of Thunderwave, it's I want to say it's a strength save, isn't it? Or is it Constitution?
Constitution saving throw against 15.
First one rolled a 6, so that's not good. So we'll say that's number 1. And number 2 rolled a 14, so both failed.
Alright, they're going to take 2d8 thunder damage.
Ooh, very nice.
That's 9.
9. Okay. Just update that.
And they're thrown back, I believe, yes?
Yep, 10 feet. Are they knocked prone as well?
No,
they're just pushed
not
back.
pushed.
They're like on their feet, skidding along the ground. Grounded. It's
That's
not
up,
looking great. It's beginning to look a lot like Fistmas. Gargoyle, anything else?
I guess I can use a bonus action to throw up a defensive field, which just gives me 6 temporary hit points.
Okay, sounds good. All right. After Gargoyle, we go to Apprentice 5. Apprentice 5 is down here with Hannah and is going to attempt to hit Hannah.
How mean.
Yeah, how unlikely. Well, that's a natural 20. So that's literally the only way they could have hit you as well.
Does it beat AC 23?
It does. Natural 20 always hits.
Yes, but does it always crit? Is the problem.
It is a +4 on the hit,
Okay,
so it would be 24. But yes, no, that is a good point.
In the case of 5th edition, I believe it's a nat 20 always hits on top of crits unless you have something that removes the crit.
Wow.
It deals 1 point of bludgeoning damage. It's an unarmed strike. They don't have any special proficiency in that. It deals 1 point of damage. Natural 20s double the dice you roll, and there's no die being rolled here, so it is 1 point of bludgeoning damage. What a waste of a crit. Okay. Hannah, it is actually over to you to respond however you would like to that.
Oh, I don't have to shield my eyes anymore because there's no more orb.
Indeed.
Am I pacifying everything in the room?
Yeah. Especially
Okay.
probably the tiefling and the owl.
Especially the tiefling and the owlet. Right, I'll take a guided step up that way, or whatever the equivalent is. There is a 5-foot disengage, isn't there? Doesn't provoke.
There's a disengage as an action.
Is that like a real action or a move
Real action. But you
Yeah.
can move north without an attack of opportunity. You're not leaving anyone's reach.
Oh, okay. That's
So you're good.
weirdness this edition. And yes, let us bop number 6 with a shield.
Sounds good.
Well, the sword, but more than likely I'm actually just going to try to
Just
bop in the head with the shield. Yes.
yeah, lovely.
Bop. Have a natural 20 back.
Yeah, are you now like desperately trying to resist the urge to smite as a paladin with a natural 20? You gotta do it. You gotta. It's the rules.
Are you going to kill this basically innocent person?
I mean, they work for Cantlore.
Something for Cantlore, it's so tempting.
You gotta do it. Petra works for Cantlore, but you gotta do it. It's a smite. Smite
Yeah,
time.
I've also got my second attack to make as well before I do this, so yes. That one's not going to hit though, because that's only a 8 against AC, so never mind for that one. But yeah, I don't get max damage like I do in other editions, do I?
No, it doubles all dice involved,
Doubles all dice involved.
which is why smiting is nice because you're adding extra dice, which also get doubled.
Well,
It's also why rogues love nat 20s as well.
Yeah. It's the brief moment they can become a
Nice.
wizard.
It doubles all the dice, but not all the extra pluses, does it? So it's not.
Yeah, that's
two
right.
things.
Just doubling the dice.
Doubling the dice, that gives me 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Very nice. That's against apprentice 6. So. Okay. Oh, excellent. That one starts crying. That one collapses to the ground and just starts sobbing and going, "Ah, you hit me!"
Me first!
And that one is considered incapacitated.
Don't go down to their level.
Question, do I hear that?
What's your passive perception is 11, right?
Yeah.
From that distance, with the other sounds of combat going on, considering all rounds are simultaneous technically, no, probably not.
While you're having a conversation with the research in the room, you just hear the yell of, "You hit me first!"
I mean, yeah, they're simultaneous, so this would technically be happening as I'm running out.
Yeah, it's literally happening as you're running. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you hear it on the way out. Yeah, because you probably wouldn't be that far when it happens. Right. With Hannah Dunnett's apprentice 6, who is incapacitated, sat on the ground and is sobbing and going, "Ah!" And then we go to the top of the round. Grounded. You're surrounded by angry people.
Yeah, you're saying, oh, they are grappling you at this very moment.
Oh yeah, you're grappled as well.
Okay. Right, so is it just the one that's grappling me right now?
Yeah, number 3 is grappling you.
Okay, and it's an action to break the grapple.
It is. Or you can just whack.
Okay. Right. Can I? Just instead of breaking the grapple, can I basically try and just sort of pile drive us both onto number 4 down here?
It's finally time. My favourite of the action options in 5th edition, the improvised action. You can absolutely pile drive one of them onto another one. Yes. What we're going to need out of this is an athletics check.
Okay, I can do that.
And I'm gonna do probably a contested one.
I also have another question.
Yeah.
So how thick is the foam?
I would say it's probably somewhere between and damn for levels of thickness. No, it's thick enough that you find it hard to move through it with your feet. It's almost like walking through waist high water when it's really slowing you down.
So I can't just sort of trap them in it then.
No, you can't trap them. They can still move through it, but it's difficult to move through.
Marshal,
Okay.
I'm trying to pile drive Cantlore's
I am so
researcher.
upset right now with all of you.
Okay, yeah. So contested athletics check, I think. Yeah. Let's do that. As the feeble-minded researcher is going to resist. All right.
So if
you
it's that-
have to beat
if
an
it-
18.
Oh, wow.
If it's that thick, does it have disadvantage on stealth checks?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I rolled an 11, so that's a 19.
That's it. That's what you need. Yeah, you've done it. So you grab this. You grab this researcher, and this researcher. I'm gonna say this researcher is probably. Let's roll some dice. So I'm trying to do slightly more varied NPCs. Where is my D4? It's gone. We'll use a D8. Unlock the forbidden pronouns. Okay, this one it uses they, them. They are going to just lift up into the ground and get slammed into number 4. So I want you to roll me your... Yeah, let's treat this. We're going to treat this like it's professional, like wrestlers unarmed strike. So please roll me a D4 plus your strength modifier, which you will do to both of them.
4 plus my strength. Strength modifier is +2. That's 5.
5's good, yeah. So that's going to be that one, number 3 and number 4. Okay. Number 3 is not going to start crying, but number 4 wasn't expecting this, and that's taken her by surprise. And so she starts bawling. It's like, oh, why did you do that? I got a boo-boo.
Not anymore.
I got a boo-boo. So my wife must be wondering exactly what I'm doing up here, as per usual. Right. Yeah, granted, you also still have your movement if you would like. I will say that has broken the grapple.
Alright.
Thanks to life in the other room. Is it Saturday already?
Yeah, I'm just going to use my movement to run back into my natural habitat, the ceiling.
The ceiling, yeah, okay. You will take some attacks of opportunity if you do that.
At disadvantage.
You are no, you've attacked. You're not invisible anymore. Pile driving someone counts as an attack.
Yeah, but...
Wow, that's very divisive.
Yeah, the Herp's Cordian Girdle means that the attacks of opportunity are at disadvantage.
They are. Very good point. Very good point. Okay, so disadvantage, attacks of opportunity coming from 2, 3, and 4. Yeah.
I thought 3 was on the. Thought 3 was incapacitated.
Oh yeah. So 4 is incapacitated. 3 isn't.
Okay.
They've all missed anyway. So you're good. All right, we've grounded done. It's over to apprentices.
Oh yeah.
No.
I also shout. This is what happens when you mess with the avatar of the orb.
God damn it! They're still not accepting that. They're still not accepting that. Okay.
I mean, the orb is gone.
Yeah.
You're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they know what
I don't think
avatar
she
means?
expected them to.
No, they've thankfully not got that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Apprentice one is gonna run up to Gargoyle. Actually, would Apprentice 1 be crying after the Thunder Wave?
Would 1
No.
and 2 be crying?
Okay. 1 runs in, so that's 10, 20, 30. That's a full movement to get back to you. And, yeah, it's, I think it's punching time, because you used big magic, and that's really unfair. Like, how dare you? That's a natural 1.
Magic at a wizard school.
I don't think that's gonna.
I know, it's just so unfair. 10, 20, and attacking Hannah with number 2 with a big swing, like a meat hook coming through. 13! I'm assuming doesn't hit.
Well, my armor class has gone down since I didn't move last turn. However, you are still 5 away.
God damn it. Yeah. Okay, so that's them done. It's the orb's go. It's doing shit all.
The orb
Then
is currently indisposed. Please try again later.
it's Apprentice Free, who is still up and is going to try and jump and grab your ankles, grounded. Which I'm going to count as an athletics check at disadvantage versus your acrobatics or athletics. It's basically trying to grapple you via the ankle. Well, not the ankle, sorry. It's probably going for your arms because I assume you're hanging upside down, but still.
Yeah, well, I have my arms folded down and I'm not stupid.
It's going for your face then.
Oh no!
It's just going to
My horns,
hang off
surely.
your horns. Yeah. That's it. That's not good. Okay, you have to beat a 6.
I mean, surely if it grabs onto the horns, then that's going to end it because it'll just be like, whee!
Grabbing Tiefling by the horn seems very rude.
It does. They have no decorum in here.
Right, so, obviously my bonus to acrobatics is +9, but I feel like rolling anyway.
Alright, so it misses, but let's find out how badly it misses.
28.
Yeah, it doesn't get it. Alright, okay.
It honestly feels more like bullying at this point than a fight.
It does, doesn't it? It does. Yeah.
No, I say even worse. It actually managed to grab my horns, but I just sort of shake it off.
Yeah, Gargoyle's kind of embarrassed that he even, used a spell slot.
Apprentice 4 is still crying. Eao, it's over to you.
I go back in the room and ask, "Hey, so when we diffuse the magic orb, is it supposed to dissolve into a mist?"
Oh.
Roll me a deception check, please.
I'm good at those. That is a that's a nat 20.
What's the number?
Oh yeah, sorry. That is a total of a deception 27.
Alright, I'm going to do an insight roll. No. Turns out that is higher than 5, which is what I've just rolled. It dissolved?
Yeah.
Well, there is some unusual magical energy coursing through the run today. I don't understand it. Perhaps something's... No, that can't be it. There's some strange energy and it's altering everything. It activated the orb. None of us did. Maybe it destroyed it too. Stranger things have happened here. Anyway, I really should be going. I need to go file several bits of paperwork about an accident in the workplace.
Yeah, hey, so as a favor for saving your life and all that, can you just not mention we were here?
Why wouldn't I mention you were here?
Let's just say that we're technically not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here off duty.
He gets up and he starts to leave and he looks at you aside and says, "Sure, I won't," and walks with a hurried step.
Insight.
Get him!
You can absolutely roll insight, yes. You can absolutely roll insight. I will just see what you've got to beat. Okay.
Give him a taste of the orb.
That is a 18.
It's enough. It was a 16 on the roll. He's lying. He's absolutely gonna tell on you. I will put a token there for where he is if you want to do anything about it.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I still have my action as well as a bit of my movement, so Yeah, I'm going to hit him upon the back of the head with the hilt of my rapier.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
Would this be an advantage?
I don't believe so.
I mean, is he
Yeah, you
expecting an attack?
That doesn't come into it. He's
That's
certainly
15.
looking at you shiftily, is why he's probably not surprised. 15 is
That's
enough.
15.
Yeah, 15's enough. He's not had time to cast mage armor.
That is a 10 damage, I believe.
10 damage. Okay. I need to add on something that is not this stat block. Okay. Alright. Yeah, they're going to be that kind, aren't they? Neat. Okay, so that was 10, did you say?
Yes.
Lovely. Excellent. He'll go at the end of the round. Okay. If you've got anything else, otherwise we go to Gargoyle. Alright, Gargoyle.
Alright. What are 2, 6, and 5 looking like?
Well, 6 is crying on the ground.
Okay.
5 is still up. 2 is still up. 4 is crying.
Right.
Yeah.
I will Thunder Gauntlets 1.
Okay.
Ow. Leg. Plus 7. That's 23.
Oh, that'll hit. Yeah. Roll damage. Who's named the token liar? Goddammit.
Me. That's a 2.
2 damage. Is that 2 damage plus your modifier?
I keep forgetting to add that. No, it's not plus the modifier. What's plus the modifier? Get plus 4?
It'd be plus your intelligence, so 6 damage.
I need to add that on. In fact, I will do that right now.
Okay, that one does knock down to the ground and start crying.
Alright. And then swoop over here.
Must once again apologise to my neighbour.
Apologies.
Bless you.
And if that one's not going to react, I'm also going to do Thunder Gauntlets.
Okay,
Right, that's 17.
that hits.
And that is 8.
8 points is pretty good as well. That's enough to make that one sit down as well. God damn. So 1, 2, 6, and 4 are down. 3 and 5 remain. In fact, I'm kind of inclined to remove the tokens because it's starting to confuse me. 1, 2, 6, and 4 are down. Okay, there we go. Very nice. And I assume that's all. That's your whole go?
Yep.
All right, over to apprentice number 5, who's still up and is taking another flying crack at Hannah. Just worked last time. No, I don't think that hits. I don't think a 15 hits. So no luck
It
there.
does not.
Okay, Hannah, your response.
I'm going to look very, very sternly and disappointed at number 5 and tell him.
Him for 5. They them was number 3, and number 4 was she.
Okay, and I'm going to tell him
I've forgotten.
very, very sternly that I'm disappointed in him and he needs to sit on his hand now and be a good boy.
Yeah, you're not mad, you're disappointed.
Are you casting a spell or is it an intimidation check?
Intimidation check.
Okay, roll me
the most
intimidation.
intimidating of intimidation checks.
I wasn't sure if this was command being cast or something like that. So
Yeah, that works out. That have to be suggestion.
Total 23 for an intimidation check against someone who has lower intelligence.
Sat the fuck down.
And
Just
now you sit here, and
Boom.
we're going to find some medicine to try and make you better. Okay?
all right.
Don't do that. Good.
Okay, that's that one done.
None of us.
And you still have your movement if you want to do any of that.
Oh, and don't think I've forgotten about you. You're in trouble as well.
Why did you come with us? Petra could have came with us. You could have taken care of the heart piece.
Okay. The liar. That gets its go as we're at the end of the round. Okay. Yeah, it can cast this, can it? Okay. Yeah, it can. Okay. Jesus, how many attacks? Alright, we'll do this instead. Oh, interestingly. Oh, okay. That'll be neat next time. Anyway, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Ideas.
I need a wisdom saving throw, please, from you, Eao.
A wisdom saving.
Yeah,
throw.
you feel all of your joints lock.
That is a 15 plus 1, 16.
They start locking up as he casts hold person on you, but they release. You're good. You're good. You're not paralyzed. You managed to shrug it off. Okay, yeah, he's gonna book it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Where is he? Give me a moment. I have a lot of tabs to switch to. Yeah, I'll go for the attack of opportunity.
Okay, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. That one's better, a 19, but...
19, you pass. You are able to attack it if you want.
And that's a nat 1 on the attack.
Okay, and I need to see if it recharges that ability. It does! Excellent. Enchanters get neat reactions. Such as making you love them if you try to attack them. But, yeah, miss on the attack, and it's booking it away. 5, 10, yeah, it's over there. Okay, that's its go,
it's
though.
good to know that's a reaction, though.
Yeah, it's great to know that. Right, over to Grounded.
Okay. So Grounded isn't really very good at giving people a talking to, because obviously it's established she's basically the kind of person who just wants people to think they're cool if she's in charge of them.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say she's going to just sort of, well, if Free was able to make a grab for their horns, I mean, why am I mixing pronouns? If Free was able to make a grab for her horns, I'm going to say she's just going to just sort of reach down, grab Free, pull them up a bit, and drop them.
Okay, the classic. Dropping
The
them
old
onto
grand-
the soft, insulating foam.
I mean, Slippy.
Oh yeah, no, that totally cracked the head open. It's totally going to take, like, damage, because Grounded, you took damage when you landed, so don't worry. It'll work. You will have to
It's
grapple
not going
them
to be
first.
lethal damage. Okay, is it going to be lethal damage? Just to check.
No, it's not bloodied.
Okay. Grapple check then.
Yeah.
This has to be with athletic, doesn't it?
Yes, versus either their athletics or their acrobatics. They are going to use their raw strength. It's not great. You need to beat a 12.
Would you believe I actually rolled a 9?
Oh, wow.
Natural 1.
Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. No, you just can't get a grab. Like, they're covered in foam. They're quite slippery. So you're just struggling there with that, unfortunately. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Grand's gonna be slightly mean then and just shout at them. Will you stop being such a... And she's gonna swear, but it's gonna be an Aarakocra, so it sounds a bit like angry tweeting.
Stop being such a... It's like an eagle.
Gargoyle is appalled.
Yes, angry tweeting using all 280 characters.
Yeah, ending the message with 1/ and then 1/X, and then it just continues.
just the Fred emoji, one of 520.
Can't believe you're subtweeting them. Okay.
That's if you were saying it at just below the frequency they can hear it.
They are #cancelled.
The apprentice is annoyed, and is gonna just try. It's gonna. They're gonna. I don't know. Hannah has closed in. No, they're gonna try and punch you, Grounded. They're gonna go and reach up and hit you.
Hem.
No, that's not gonna hit.
Ahem.
It's a 7.
I'm going to look at the. I'm going to look at the apprentice and go ahem.
Excuse you.
Excuse me, apprentice. Do you have the sentinel feet?
I don't know what that is.
Do you have the sentinel feet, little apprentice?
They do not have the sentinel feet. No.
Then I hit AC 23.
Yep. Yeah, that hits. Roll some damage. As you get an attack of opportunity when they attack anyone other than you within 5 feet.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 1 for damage, so that's gonna be 5 total.
5's still
and
good.
I'm gonna slap the hand down like.
Oh, 5's actually enough. Ah, yes. You like.
But you have taught them
Slap
that
it
violence
down.
is the answer to violence.
Lands on the ground and and they start crying, and yeah,
None of that.
They're off the initiative as well.
None of that, you.
Pacified another person.
You're just gonna get them all the sit in a circle.
Yeah. Okay. Eao, you're up next.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Okay. I'm going to go up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As I'm expending the drow poison that is currently in my amulet.
Oh, not a good time for me to roll a 2 there.
Guess we're just murdering people.
That's a 2.
So what was the total? That's total 2.
Yeah.
I think it's
Okay,
7d6.
He is poisoned for an hour, and because he rolled 5 below the saving throw, he is unconscious during that hour.
Yep.
Oh no, it's Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, he hits the deck. He's completely unconscious. The moment the poison hits him.
And then I pick him up and I start dragging him back.
And shove him
I
in
thought
the
it was
pad of
the-
holding.
Hide the body.
Oh,
No, I
keep that
I'm
mummified corpse, child corpse company.
starting to drag him back to the room.
I thought it was the horrible murder poison that did like 7d6 damage.
I think you have handed back the child corpse. I think
Yes, I have.
Lisanne and the Abbess have that in...
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Over in, what was it, White Cliffs? Something like that. Yeah. Okay, well done.
I mean, to be fair, if I did that, he's unconscious for the next hour. It only takes 10 minutes for a medium creature to suffocate in a bag of holding. I could kill him, and he could do nothing about it.
I mean, you could also just stab him while he's asleep and he could do nothing about it, but I suppose if he
Do I
wants...
have to just aggressively point at you next?
Okay, you are free to continue exploring, but it is almost 10 o'clock. We probably need to do a break of some sort, because this surprised me. We've probably got about an hour left, I think.
Yeah,
of
the
game.
union demands it.
Actually,
Yeah,
why don't
right.
why don't you tell me where you're likely to go next, and I will decide if we need to have a break or if we're pretty much ending.
there appears
Probably
to be a
through-
convenient door here, so
There is a convenient door there. Oh, that's that one's not too long.
yeah. So
I will
we
say,
might-
I will say, as
Uh,
I am dragging this guy in, I'm going to look at the only one who isn't crying, the one that's just kind of sitting on his hands. I'm going to say, you need to be careful. This is a bad man. He made the orb hurt people.
Naughty man. Okay.
If somebody comes by, I need you to tell them that. I need you to tell them that he made the orb hurt people.
Naughty
okay?
orb hurt people. He did it. Naughty orb. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll explore that next bit. Sorry, you were about to say something, Brie.
Oh yeah, can I add to that? I probably want to just look around to see if there's anything else useful in the area before
Sure.
we move on.
Sure, totally. We can do that now. I can tell you there isn't.
Okay.
Let's go for a break. 'Cause
Okay.
I need to pee. Alright, break screen is up. You are not visible, but you are audible. I'm going to disappear straight away this time because I need to wee!
Disgusting. You disgust me.
Everybody pees. God damn it. Everybody
I'm
pees.
slowly realizing that
Yeah.
Eao's function is, if not combat, covering every track.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't need to wee, but I do need to switch. Which is the same thing, it's just more advanced. You wouldn't understand.
Advanced weeing.
Yeah, it's on the go.
Yeah. I mean, I did respec in the way I wee, just putting it out there.
So apparently I shouted two cultists into tears. So I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I mean, efficient.
I made children cry.
Cantlore children.
Ah, okay, totally fine then.
I mean, to be fair, if you yelled at Eao, you'd probably make Eao cry as well.
It's like not as evil as Morgan, but definitely more evil than an Ultrari. Yeah.
I don't think I'm evil. I don't want to be evil. I'm good.
So the liar cast hold person is just like, oh, that's a Morgan spell.
That's actually an Eao spell now. Because of the Wand of Mind.
Now I'm looking at eBay for old role-playing game books. I say old, they're less than a decade old. And they're so expensive because they're out of print. Grr. Which one was Tome of Faith? Or Tome of Blessing, even. Signs of Faith, did it come with... Is that the one that comes with Nurgle?
Auto-captioning read that as Cold Person, which I suppose is another Morgan thing, though not really a spell.
Cold Person.
So did I hear that right? Keith, this encounter was your fault?
No. God, no. So I'm running a 4th edition game for Nick on Mondays for people who are unaware. And Nick is playing the tank role in that one. And the boss encounter I had for them was a nice simple trap encounter. There was a big trap that was causing problems to the party every round, and some things defending it. You know, very similar to an orb with a load of things around it. The things around it were 2 water elementals and a load of wisps. So, you know, stuff for them to have issues with. And the trap had very simple mechanics. It would target the most appropriate person and target them for a will save. And if they failed, they would be forced on their turn, because they'd be dominated, to do one of 3 actions. Either throw themselves into the well, because, you know, it's a haunted well. Or it was a haunted cistern, sorry, but yes. They throw themselves face first into this haunted cistern, or bull rush someone into this haunted cistern, or stab someone. You know, standard things. And the last thing they did during that encounter was actually start disarming the trap that had been targeting them every turn and taking out one member of the party each turn and going, nope, you're not allowed to play this round. You're too busy trying to push Nick into the river.
If you can get that feather whip to dominate, that would be the kinkiest item in D&D.
I don't think Dom is a condition in 5th edition anymore, is it?
What is it in 4th edition?
So Dominator is a very specific condition in 4th edition, which, because all the conditions are very, very well defined in 4th edition. They are in 5th as well, because there's nice illustrated things for it as well. Domination I normally find quite quickly. It's got a picture of a vampire next to it. Really quite good. Do. Hello.
Hello.
I ate half a donut. I feel great.
Oh, done. What happened to the other half?
Becca ate that one.
Okay.
Also,
Did Becca ask any questions?
No. She had her headphones on. She didn't hear a thing.
That artwork. Look at that
Yeah,
piece of artwork there.
all instances of domination in 5th edition have been replaced with charmed.
Okay.
Charmed is a much more broad term
Yeah.
in this, because it can mean anything from they think you're a swell person to you're controlling their mind.
Okay, well, because it's all combat conditions for D&D, Dominator is very specifically a thing that happens during combat. And it literally states, the creature can't take actions voluntarily. Instead, the Dominator chooses a single action for the creature to take on the creature's turn. A standard, a move, or a minor, or a free action. They only use the powers or other game features that Dominators make the creatures use. Other ones listed at will, such as at-will powers, blah, 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 blah. Basically, don't use any of their big you don't have to use any of their big spells. You can use their basic attacks, or in for 4th edition, things like Lightning Lure for Nick if I really wanted to. But this was a low-level trap and had 3 things that it couldn't even do all those ones. Creature also grants combat advantage, so everything gets +2 to hit it, and can't flank.
Just in case it comes up, the 5th edition version of Dominate Person does totally let you use all of their spells.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking vile.
Yep. It's basically if you use dominate person in 5th edition, you can use your action to take total control of their turn when it comes up.
Yeah, it's great.
So, charm is kind of like charisma, where, like, you can be a really friendly person who everybody loves, or you can be a Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charm itself, like, has a couple of really nice, like, the stats condition itself has a couple of nice abilities. But, like, every time charm appears like in a spell, it also has like a bunch of other things it can do.
Yeah. Frightened is the same as well.
The conditions in 4th edition are blinded, dazed, deafened, dominated, dying, grabbed, helpless, immobilized, marked, petrified, prone, removed from play, restrained, slowed, stunned, surprised, unconscious, and weakened. And they're all very much the lines of, very specifically, this is what you are allowed to do while in these conditions. And you can combine some of these together, so if you're dying, you're also, by default, unconscious as well.
Brie, hold the fuck
Yeah,
up.
a
Was
lot
that
of-
cream egg ice cream?
Yes, it is.
Wow, Easter
And
is
I'm eating it.
decadent.
I'm eating an entire tub.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, in 5th edition, a lot of these statuses do a lot less than previous conditions. But generally, anything that applies those conditions also has other effects it does to add on to them.
Some of these are just some of these conditions are just nightmarish though. Like if I ever drop things like weakened on the party in 4th edition, just not nice because it's literally you just do half damage.
Don't drop that on me. I need my damage.
The ones that are also a nightmare are dazed in 4th edition. I think it's very similar to how it works in 5th edition, where you just get one action. You are down to one standard action.
I have no idea why, because I got it
real
like the first time.
equivalent.
But when you said like petrification on the list, I was just like, oh yeah, Petra, that's what. No, I know that.
Yeah.
Petrified. The creature is unconscious. The creature has resist 20 to all damage. The creature doesn't age.
The plus side, yeah.
But yeah, the creature is unconscious is the important one for petrified.
All right.
That's a good thing.
I mean, because otherwise, like, wow, I got to resist 20 to all damage and I don't age. Yeah, what's the bad side? You can't take actions.
I don't need to do that. Just carry me around.
And unconscious itself is the creature is helpless. The creature can't take actions. The creature takes -5 penalties to all defenses. The creature is unaware of its surroundings. The creature falls prone if possible. The creature can't flank.
I'm
hey, Nettie.
statuesque
Petrification is
already.
petrification is like cryo storage.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Nettie. Are
Yes,
we ready to continue, or do you need a bit more?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I will go back to the main screen.
Obviously, I need to learn how to petrify
Hang on.
people.
Just gonna take
Then-
my
Oh, okay.
Then run a.
I will
I
go
need
back
to
to the
learn
break
how to
screen.
petrify people. Then run a
There
scam
you
where basically people pay me to petrify them, so they're frozen in time until like there's a cure for whatever disease they may have or something.
The Mr.
I really
Freeze
thought
gambit.
it was going to be, I need to petrify my workers and then sell them as statues, and then the petrification will run out, they come back to me, and I sell the statues again.
Oh my god.
There's actually a scam that comes up a lot.
Yeah. They're like
Well, what
trained pets or something that run away
What
and
you
then come
need
back to
to
the
do-
store.
What you need to do is sell yourself as a sculptor, and all you actually do is you just like taking the most lifelike sculptures you can of people, and all you actually do is you just petrify people and create really complicated silicone molds, and just recast them.
No,
Can't you
see,
just,
this
can't you just make a silicon mold of a living person now? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that with my ear to make my tiefling
No.
ears.
It's kind of hard
No.
to breathe through silicone is the problem.
No, see what
Hi.
you do is you make a business as a sculptor saying that you will make statues of people's recently deceased loved ones.
I feel like
You
Rosat
you
isn't
rob,
here
you rob
among
the
us, but
grave.
Rosat really very much is among us right now.
I mean-
you rob the graves, you toast
Well.
them, you petrify them, you sell them.
Welcome to Con Hour with the Guild of Icons.
As like a tombstone to the grave.
Are you all ready to play some D&D instead? Jesus.
Alright, I'm writing this all down
Petrified
for
corpse
please,
of
don't worry.
Smalt Wisney isn't gonna stay petrified forever.
Okay.
No, we're not allowed to talk about Disney whilst I've got this book open. I'm sorry.
An area opens up to the east.
We are not allowed to talk about Disney while I got this book open.
Ooh, an area to the east.
An
One of the
area
factions
to the
I agree with
east.
Disney. I don't know why people don't like this game.
An area to the east, Keith.
An area to the east has opened up.
I will distract you all.
So what's
And sorry,
what's to the east?
is it to the east or is it to the west?
It's the west, goddammit.
Who's not paying attention now?
We
let's
put the
just
liar
journey
at
to the
the
west.
east.
So, to the east, to the west, goddammit. To the west, there is this corridor that it opens up to this wide bit that's got a couple of pillars up above it. Gargle, with your passive perception, you spot some strange little markings in one of the pillars, the one that's above your head right now.
Okay. I will inspect the markings.
Okay, you are you flying up there to get closer, or are you doing it from down there?
I'm going to do it from down here. If I doff the armor, I lose the hit points.
Okay. The markings are unusual. They're not in a language you recognize. You can't even... They're not... They don't even look like letters, really. They're more like shapes and symbols, more so than any specific wording.
None of the primals.
No, nothing like that. It's closer to a diagram than lettering. It's very strange.
Interesting. Well, those are there.
Gargoyle describing this to us, or
Yeah, that's why.
Would Gargoyle consider it of note? Actually, once per long rest, I can cast Comprehend Languages.
That's great.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Okay, so everyone's walking along, and then all of a sudden... let me just double check. All of a sudden, you hear Gargoyle say something, because this is a verbal component, and you see them moving their hands all around, getting a pinch of soot and salt out, or whatever. Well, you're probably just using your armor's magical raw energy, to be honest, as a focus.
Yeah,
but...
it's one of the more fey things, so like Gargoyle just touches one of his focuses and just like kind of breathes in some magic, and then his eyes kind of...
Yeah. Okay.
so it's a scan visor.
Yeah, yeah. So you hear him doing that. I guess none of you are really sure what he's doing, because I think this is the first time you've done No, this is the second time you did Comprehend Languages.
No, Comprehend Languages was Rose last time in the big room.
Wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so none of you have seen this before. You don't really know what is happening, because it doesn't look anywhere near like when Ruz casts it. So you turn around and see Gargoyle do that, and then I presume look up at this symbol. Unfortunately, you still don't understand it. Is anyone following Gargoyle's eyes?
Yep.
I will.
Okay, Eao and Grounded, you both understand it. It's Thieves' Cant. Which is not a language, and is more... you know in Skyrim how on certain buildings there's all those markings that like indicate like stash or fence if you're in the Thieves Guild? It's like that. It's a single symbol to indicate something. This one is the symbol for stash. There is more complex Thieves' Cant if you do need to send a message that's longer than that, but this one is just scratched in that says stash.
Fucking thief wizards.
Rogues. We prefer to be called rogues.
I'm going to inspect the pillar it's on.
Okay. Are you climbing up, or are you looking at the base of the pillar?
I'll look at the base first.
Because the marking's up in the top about 8 feet above you. Base of the pillar is made out of mirror marble. It's not particularly ornate. It looks like it's just there to support the roof. It's a little unusual, to be honest, because you haven't seen these supports anywhere else. But yeah, it looks pretty normal. Pretty mundane. Well, as mundane as the mirror run gets.
We better run into a really obscure language in the next hour.
You might. Honestly, you might.
Yeah. Can I climb the pillar?
Yeah, sure. You don't really need to even do like a check for it. You can just walk up the pillar because you've got your slippers of spider climbing. And yeah, you just walk straight on up. And oh, what's that? It's a small leather sack. I suppose probably a satchel, hidden, tucked away up in a nook in the top here. So
Gargoyle just looks to Eao and is like, I assume this means something to you?
No, not at all. Never seen it in my life.
And inside of it, if you're opening it up, is a small cache of research materials. There is a vial of a lightning blue liquid that fizzes gently as you move it. If you put it close to your nose, even stoppered, it smells strongly of citrus. And alongside it are some notes. And you're reading this, and you... Who is likely... Gargoyle, would you say that you would understand the kinds of drugs that students are taking in Cantlore?
Gargoyle is not cool enough to know the drugs that get taken in Cantlore.
This is closer... This is closer to like the equivalent of students taking Adderall to be better at studying.
Grounded has been hanging out with the bards. Just putting that out there.
You have not been hanging out with the bards longer than 2 days. You can't tell me that you're already like snorting coke out of a boot.
I'm already hanging out with the cool kids.
2 days. Actually, not even that. It's 1 day, I think, technically. Like it was yesterday.
You get to drink from the beer boot, but the drug boot, that's like a week.
Okay, so you probably wouldn't
recognize any
recognize
powder
it.
you find in boots.
Tell you what, Grounded, give me an intelligence check using your alchemist's proficiency, because there are some notes in here that do look a little bit like an alchemy recipe, and we'll see how much you can work out about it.
Oh no. We're teaching Grounded how to make drugs.
From its recipe.
That's an 18.
An 18. Okay, you're going to get a few bits. So what this will do is it will make you smarter temporarily.
Right.
And you also get the formula for how to make it.
Guild of Icons
So,
Adventures is
people
never
do-
going to be the same.
It turns out clever people do take drugs.
It will take a DC 13 alchemist supplies check to make a batch. You cannot do it unless you've got proficiency. It'll cost 200 GP of alchemical ingredients, or nothing if you have a quart of illithid blood. And it takes about 3 hours. But
Sorry.
there's also one vial there. Yeah?
Sorry, who writes recipes that require a quart of mind flayer juice?
Fucking
I mean,
wizards
there's
do, Keith.
There's plenty in karate.
Okay,
Yeah.
but a quart.
Yeah. You got to boil it down for a long time. You're basically making jus. An illithid blood jus.
Yeah.
Actually, by that, if you boil it down, you probably end
Hi.
up with blood pudding, wouldn't you? Like black pudding, illithid black pudding.
Two pints or so of mind flayer
Yeah,
plasma.
yeah. Just boil it all down.
But
Brain bright.
who worked this
Oh
out?
yeah.
Wizards,
mean-
desperate wizards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The wizards
really?
saw.
Oh, mind flayers.
Yeah. The wizards just followed Axe Cop logic. Mind flare blood. Mind flares are intelligent, so the blood makes you smart.
It's simple. They've got to be holding the intelligence in there
I
somewhere.
hate this university so much.
Okay, drink
It's
the blood of the young to
basic
stay young,
of
you know?
alchemy.
Yeah,
It's just the most basic of alchemy.
it's
Oh
simple.
yeah.
I'm gonna look around this
Grandad
corner.
also, also Grandad shouts down. Okay, so these thieves markings, which I guess you recognise as well, Eao. Because thieves recognise them.
Ooh,
You're a thief.
Just giving away
There's-
the trade secrets.
There's drugs.
Can you teach me how to read these markings?
No.
Gargoyle
as it
just
were.
looks at Eao and, like, it's the big eyes, but, like, the eyelids are kind of down, just like, Really.
Sorry, with an 18, there is one other bit that you get. When you consume it, you'll have to do a Constitution saving throw to prevent yourself getting addicted to it. If
Ground
you
is addicted
become
to being
addicted
smart.
to it when you're not under the effects of this potion, which is Brain Bright, there will be a low associated with it. Unfortunately, you didn't have a 20 or higher on the check, so you don't know what the low is, but it's probably not good.
You have become addicted to Mind Flayer blood.
You've become addicted to mentats, basically.
You have
Like-
become the world's most restricted vampire in existence.
As I say, you don't need Illithid blood, but that if you have some, that will replace the 200 GP of alchemical ingredients.
I prefer my logic better.
But yes, me, Eao, being very disappointed and grounded for giving out trade secrets, is going to peek around this corner.
Okay, sure. Let me open that up.
Trade secrets.
I mean, Grounder's trade is a tour guide. It's her job to tell people things.
Ooh, teach me how to read and speak Gildercant. I want to know.
Okay, so this symbol means. Wait, no, wait. Is that the symbol for blancmange or custard?
Black pudding.
I think I might have.
So, you're peeking around here, and you can actually see pretty far down, and it opens up into another room, but you are looking through a set of iron bars up that way. Can't seem like there's no lock mechanism, there's no raise mechanism, they're just boom, straight into the ground. There might be some way of raising that somewhere else, but it's not where you are. And you can't see it through there either.
Want me to check what's in there?
Can you?
Can you?
You say so.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Gargoyle is going to use his once per... Oh no, I made a horrible mistake, but I can't go back now. His once per long rest use of Misty Step.
This is fucking great. No, I love it. Do it. Jump on through.
Yeah, he, like, it's one of the Fey things, so in the same manner, he just, like, breathes in some magical energy again, and he disappears in a puff of, like, grey-looking feathers, and then just appears...
This is fantastic.
Behind the
I'm
birds.
very pleased with this. I'm very pleased with this, because the other way of getting through here was very difficult. So, yeah, you're the other side of the bars. You can continue to go to the north if you want, and see what's over there. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to do that.
So, let me open up a few bits.
Beholder pen.
No, that's not there. Silly.
Is there more thieves can?
There is. So again, this one's. Well, actually, I'm sorry, Gargoyle, you can't read it, but there's another symbol.
Yeah, I can't read it, but I'm assuming that Gargoyle now, like, can assume what Thieves' Cant looks like generally.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the other symbol. Sure, it's not the same symbol, but it's similar in style for sure. Yeah, and there's a load of barrels down here and stuff like that.
Is there a switch?
There is on the wall.
Do I check them first, or do I let them through first? Gargoyle's going to press the switch.
I was going to say, I'd check first. It's what Eao would do.
The grating to the south opens. The grating actually to the west opens as well, that you can see there. So both of those gratings are opened. So the rest of you can now walk through those.
Woo.
And while they're walking up, Gargoyle is going to quickly open the first thing.
Okay, so what you find in here?
Wait, Gargoyle, this is the symbol for deadly, horrible trap of death.
Gargoyle, you find
Gargoyle,
what?
Gargoyle turns his head around in that way that, like, only an owl could, and gives you the same look before,
Oh god,
like,
your body's not moving, the head is just going all the way around. I love it. Yeah, Gargoyle, what you find in the first one is a set of alchemist supplies.
Nice. I don't think I have proficiency with alchemist tools, but...
if I recall, you can... Yeah, it might be a different one, actually. I have a feeling you can, if you need to, have, like, a floating tool proficiency as part of an artificer. But I might be wrong.
I think
there.
it's if I want to have, like, floating tools.
Oh, that's it. You can make your tools any way you want, provided you've got one set of tools. You can make any other set of tools. Yes. Anyone else doing a look around, doing a loot? A looty loot?
Yep. I was going to ask what these symbols were. Particularly.
This symbol is it's kind of like safe house sort of thing, like hidey hole. It's the sort of place often used by like panic rooms or places, safe retreat areas. Should something go wrong. Okay, so what you find in here?
That is actually good, so I'm going to actually peek around this corner.
Okay, you peek around that corner and you do see, first of all, the thieves' cant symbol for danger.
No.
You're safe where you are, but yeah, danger ahead. So there's a blood splatter, and you touch it, and you see a message telling you to try to put it in your bum. So yeah, the rest of you who are looking through the crates, you actually find the other drugs.
Nice.
Yes.
So you find, firstly, another set of notes grounded. Can I get, once again, an intelligence alchemist supplies check to see how much of these you understand? Because these are different. These are different bottles. They're not the same one that you saw before. And I'll just take one check for all three different ones. And
that's a 26.
26, you're going to get all of the information about these ones.
Yeah,
So-
rolled a natural 20.
First of all, 3 potions of spark. It's a silver powder that crackles with sparks of electricity that bounce off the glass container. The bottle smells faintly of ozone, and anyone who ever does try it will find the powder tingles on their tongue. Drinking this will grant you resistance to lightning damage and increase your movement speed by 10 feet for 1 hour. However, there is a chance you'll become addicted to it. The low on this one is that your movement speed is halved when you're not on this drug. And also your skin feels kind of uncomfortable. It prickles, like with static electricity. That's not a mechanical effect, it just feels uncomfortable.
Is there a way to remove these addictions, by the way?
Yes, that depends on the addiction, but this one can be removed through lesser restoration, greater restoration, heal, or wish.
Through a 6-week course.
I'd assume that after a bit of time, the addiction would go as well.
You would assume that. But that's not the case. Okay, next one is Owl. It is a thick, pearlescent liquid that coats the walls of the bottle, leaving transparent, feather-like traces as it drains back to the bottom. It smells of earth after rain. You have 2 potions of that. The notes reveal that drinking it grants the drinker a flying speed equal to their movement speed until the end of their next turn. So it doesn't last very long, this potion. This one also... obviously is addictive. They're all addictive. The low, and this one is again cured through lesser restoration, greater restoration, heal, or wish. The low for this one is that you will make all strength checks and strength saves at disadvantage because your bones feel brittle as if they are hollow.
Addictive and culturally appropriating.
Yes, you get by the way, you get the crafting formula for these as well, and I'll let you know what those are. And the last one, there is 1 bottle of this. It appears to be a bottle of blood, but holding it, you can feel a faint vibration emanating from the liquid inside. The smell of it is iron and ichor and hatred. And this is Berserk. Using an action to drink this potion grants you an extra attack each turn for 1 minute. So whenever you take the attack action, you can take 1 extra attack. That does stack if you have 2 attacks. It stacks if you've got 3 if you're a fighter, or 4 if you're a fighter. You get 1 extra attack when you attack. At the start of each of your turns, while affected by this potion, you must move to the nearest creature and use your action to attack it if you can. Doesn't matter if it's an enemy, nearest creature. However, if you don't want to do that, you can make a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw to resist. That lasts for 1 minute. And again, it's addictive, and the low for this one is that you have disadvantage on all charisma and wisdom checks and charisma and wisdom saving throws because you feel rash, angry, and struggle to put your feelings into words. This one cannot be cured by lesser restoration, but greater restoration, heal, or the wish spell will cure addiction on this.
Okay.
I wish
what was
not
the
be
potion
addicted to
from the
drugs.
Question.
Yeah?
Does addiction count as a disease?
Yes. I'm going to say yes. For the purposes of any of them that can be cured by lesser restoration, it does.
No
Not the greater
downsides
restoration.
when I drink them.
Not the greater restoration only one, which is
No
berserk.
downsides when I drink them.
Well, I mean, the
The
berserk
wisdom
one is still a
score is
downside.
dropping as we go along. As I say, you
Immune
will
to
get a
disease.
downside from berserk, but you
How?
won't
Immune to
from
disease.
owl and spark.
Yeah, you love God so much that you're allowed to do drugs.
Look, like literally one of my stupid class features is I am immune to all diseases. So,
As the DM is currently being generous by saying that these aren't curses, you will not be immune to berserk. You will be perfectly immune to owl and spark. That is fine. Anything cured by lesser restoration, I think that's fine. And you can also use your lay on hands to cure that addiction using for the lesser restoration ones. I will count them as equivalent. Which is also why I was saying that the berserk one doesn't count, because I'm not having you fucking drinking that every 5 seconds.
Anna is immune to owl.
Just chugging
Gargoyle
it
attack Anna
from a
disadvantage.
barrel. But yeah, so the formulae for these, I will put these in the reference channel as well, but Spark requires a DC 10 Intelligence Alchemist Supplies check. Can't be done without proficiency, 20 GP of alchemical ingredients, or 10 GP of mercury specifically, if you can get hold of it specifically. There will be mercury ingredients as part of your alchemical ingredients, but then it's 20. And that takes an hour, so you can do it in a short rest. Owl is 8 hours, 100 GP of alchemical ingredients, or the tail feather of a rock. And that's a DC 13 intelligence alchemist supplies, and again, not without proficiency. But yeah, you've got all of these formulae. You have an expertise in alchemy. Oh, and also, while you're searching for it, you do get 100 gold pieces worth of alchemical ingredients. So
good,
that
I can just,
basically
offset
undoes
what I
the... Yeah.
Oh god, we found some kids' drug lab.
You did. You found the Cantlorian drug lab.
Yeah, one of the alchemy teachers, had some problem with health insurance. Tragic tale.
Walking potions probably aren't that hard to get if these guys can get them.
And now, because there's a very good chance that you lot will go to a room I've not designed yet, once again, we're going to probably end the session here.
Okay, so
We'll
like
take a rest then.
you cannot be mad at us this time. You specifically brought us in this direction.
Oh yeah, I brought you in this direction with the crying. No, you made it through the feeble mind trap without being feeble-minded, which I was very impressed by.
And now we have a horrible orb.
I did make that gentler than the actual feeble mind spell. It was going to be, if you got hit by it once, you were stunned. If you got hit by it while stunned, though, you were feeble-minded, which you can only make a check to save against feeble mind once every 30 days. Did you know that? Sets your intelligence score to 1. You
We're gonna end on drugs.
Instead, yeah. Yeah, you've got a lot of alchemical ingredients. You got a lot of interesting things. And Iris, I will send you a new goal for freeing the Crystal Dragon Wormlings as well, and reward associated with it.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I think you did pretty well in this session. Honestly, getting that orb down without it hitting any of you, that was the trick. Because once that was disabled, obviously that's not much of a combat encounter. They do 1 point of damage. Their main goal is to pull you away from the orb so that it can get you, basically.
And now I have an orb.
Yeah, now you have the orb. I mean, you don't know how to activate it necessarily yet, but you
and
might be able to
Alshar is
work it
looking
out.
for an orb. Surely just give him this one.
That might solve several problems, to be honest.
You could always start a cold.
Yeah, call the orb.
Wizards just need to stop. They just need to stop pondering orbs.
No.
I mean, to be that fair, that orb does stop pondering.
Oh, and I just want to answer something Leggy said. If Lesser Restoration works, why would you waste a wish spell on removing the addiction? I don't know. Just like half of shit in D&D says can be cured by Lesser Restoration or wish. I guess some people just aren't taking the Lesser Restoration spell, and that's the only reason. Is like
It could just be rules as written clarification, because I know, like logically you'd think, oh, if it could be cured by Lesser Restoration, then Greater Restoration or Wish or whatever would be able to do it. But if it's not written, there are some DMs who would argue against that.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd argue against a wish, though. Like, if you were going to waste wish on curing your addiction to drugs, okay.
No,
This spell potentially can change the entirety of a campaign. Use it on that.
Here's the best part. Even if Wish couldn't cure it, you can use Wish to cast any spell of 8th level or below. So you can use Wish to cast Lesser Restoration.
It's true. There is a drug somewhere in the Mirror Realm that if you become addicted to it, every morning you take 1 point of exhaustion. That once again can't be cleared by resting, so you have 5 days to take it again before you die. Maybe it's the one you've already found that you don't know what the low is. Who knows?
You do
I mean,
realise
that's got a pretty good workaround for it.
True. It solves
and
itself.
in fact, that's actually you do realise, Nick, you might technically consider these potions with downsides. I consider them poisons.
You could use them as poisons. Eao could use them as poisons as well, although I will
It
say
is probably going to freak someone out if they suddenly can fly.
No, actually, Eao, you can't use them as poisons because that would mean you could never gain the benefits from them either. So I
was going to say,
yeah.
Can I count the addiction as a poison?
No, I don't think so. I think that's not going to work quite so well with how you're...
That's a pretty slow burn in a combat encounter.
Like I'm dishing out addiction to people.
In 5 days, you're going to be real sorry.
But yeah, that was good fun. I'm gonna do the old say goodnight
And
to
suddenly,
everyone.
boom, addicted to coke.
Yeah, I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone, but I'll let you know about the experience you've gained as well in a minute. And yeah, until then, good night, everyone.
Good night. Happy birthday.
Bye, terrible people.
God fucking damn it. God fucking
Love
damn
you
it.
all.
Love you, Nick.
All right, outro screen time, everyone. How we all doing? We're good. Yeah. I enjoyed that session. That was fun. It was fun to set up. You wouldn't believe how many of these rooms that I've done that they've still not been to, though. There's a lot of rooms left in here. They've got a lot of places to explore, and most of them have magic items in. But yes, next week, Blades in the Dark, Friday, 7:30 p.m. BST now. I need to update that ending. It's going to be fucking exceptional. I can't put any spoilers in. I know some spoilers. It's going to be fucking great. Definitely come to that next week, Blades in the Dark. A huge thank you to my sponsors. These are the people who go to Ko-Fi and support me. They also go to Patreon, but I'm trying to funnel people to Ko-Fi because Patreon is still supporting crypto and I'm not a fan. So go to ko-fi.com/hiscursedness and, you know, it's support on the Dutchy tier. You get your name right here. So thank you, Andres. Thank you, Leggy. Thank you, Schrodinger's Kate. Thank you, Super Dahlia DX. Thank you, NeoGets, for your support. I really appreciate it. And as always, we'll be back in 2 weeks with more Guild of Icons. But next week, Blades in the Dark. It's going to be fucking exceptional.